Good morning, everybody. Jason Sarney here, and welcome to Friday's edition of Clock Blockers on a Spread Kindness Friday. And I cannot wait to talk some football. I welcome all of you normals, all of you newbies, and all of you supporters in the chat room. So bring it on. I want to talk about what you want to talk about on this awesome Friday morning. Beautiful weather here in Northeast, PA. I'm actually in Southeast PA. I still don't even know what part of Pennsylvania I'm in. I am a New Yorker who moved down to New Jersey, who now lives in Pennsylvania, who loves traveling down to Florida. So people actually are confused about where I live and where I'm from. So I wanted to clear that up. Almost every day, people ask me, where are you actually from? But born in Queens, moved out to Long Island. I live somewhere north of Pennsylvania these days of Philly, so who knows? But anyway, let's talk Dolphins football. Good morning to Chef Jew. Good morning to Trucker Sean. Good morning to Fins in the House, McCannon, Bob Young, Renee Abergale, Jose Valdez. We're piling in the guests here, so I love that. We're going to have a good time this morning. Before anything, I want to say what up to Steven, who's on a well-deserved trip with his family. I think he's cruising somewhere, so the Dolphin fan is out to sea or heading to go out to sea. So that is apropos there. So have a terrific time. You have earned it, my friend. So what he has done here is really built a fantastic network of podcasts on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I'm thrilled to be, one of the new shows here. I run a show now on Thursday night called Thursday Night Kickoff. Last night we had a great one. We welcomed Nikki Smokes, who's going to be doing a weekly segment in the beginning of the show to kind of tease a Dolphin performance or matchup in the weekend, but more importantly, that immediate Thursday night football matchup. He's going to give his picks. He's like a 68%, 70% hit on his picks. So Nikki Smokes is fantastic. He's got a great show on YouTube, and he is, of course, part of this Miami Sports Music family. And to be a part of that family, please, everyone, subscribe on our YouTube channel here. Don't forget to hit the like. Definitely subscribe. We appreciate it. We are closing in on that 10K. And, of course, on all social media platforms, you could follow us at Miami Sports Music. And, throughout today, we're going to do some fun giveaways. You know how it is. I got a lot of fun cards. I got a stack of Dolphin cards that are really hot to get on out. And I know numerous people. I'm waiting on addresses. Get me those addresses. I got a couple of Dolphin cards that I got to ship on out. So we got a couple of old pastime players, one in particular. We'll get to that in a minute. You'll notice a Band-Aid on my hand. I'm fine. A little bit of a cut. All good. But we're going to get to some raffles. We're going to get to some giveaways. A specific alumni Dolphin we're going to celebrate. And there might be some sort of a giveaway with that individual. And, of course, we're going to do some current Dolphin card giveaways with a couple of players that are playing some decent football. I don't know, quarterback, wide receiver, maybe a pass rusher. A couple of guys who are playing pretty good, pretty good, I'd say. So give us a follow. And, of course, when we're talking about donations, when we're talking about giveaways, you guys have been phenomenal helping to build the channel. We always have a charitable and a philanthropic arm to it. So we're going to be doing a lot of fun things in the next month. Specifically raising a lot of money for the Dolphins Challenge Cancer. We're going to be doing something on the Sunday going into that Sunday night game. Since it was flexed, a couple of years back, a bunch of friends of mine and, of course, of Steven's, he's aware of this. We did a nice little charity event leading into that Vegas game, that unbelievable Ryan Fitzpatrick game performance where he led us back. He got the face mask. Sanders hit the game winner. But we did a really awesome, fun thing to raise a great deal for a very, very good cause, terrific cause. And it's something that we as a Dolphin community, I think it's just part of our blood, part of our DNA is to give back. Every phenomenal Dolphin, every person in and out of this organization has that charitable aspect to them because of what Don Shula instilled and just because of really what's right. So we always want to give back, and we're going to be doing some fun stuff. I have a phenomenal product that will be one of my feature items. All this is going to be coming out in the next couple of days and, leading into the game, because when it was announced that the game was flexed to the evening. I know there's a lot of good football that's going to be on 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, but let's face it, from 11 o'clock on, us Dolphin fans are going to be fiending, and I will be working with my friends here in Miami Sports Music and all around the Dolphin community to really put something together in the late morning, early afternoon, and to see how much we could raise for that great, great foundation and great cause. I'm going to go get the product that I'm going to auction off in a little bit, but before that, just want to really say thank you to a number of the Miami Sports Music sponsors. We really appreciate what you all do, and we're going to start off with ZSM Sports. They are terrific sports memorabilia. Obviously, I'm a guy who, rumor has it, I like sports memorabilia. I don't know if anything is indicative of that behind me, but I am a fan. And the boss man's here. I hope I didn't do anything wrong. Boss man,
what's going on? How are you?
What's going on? I should have given you a warning here. I texted you. I'm like, all right, I don't know if Steven's embarking.
I was dealing with some personal stuff, and I had to take care of it. And
you know what? It makes up for it with the shirt.
Time got away from me.
You're all good. I'm glad you're here. I was like talking to my wife a couple minutes ago. I'm like, I think I'm going solo, babe. I don't know, man. And I had she talked me down. You're all good. You're all good. That's why we're a team. Was I doing the rundown good?
Dude, you were doing your thing, man.
Could you come on in? I'm going with the righty. I'm going with the righty here. Or if you want me to finish it up, I got you.
I want you to finish it up. I want to see how you do. Keep doing it.
You know what? I'll tell you what. We took a 20. I'm good. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. I was nervous, bro.
ZSM Sports, specializing in sports memorabilia, cards, jerseys, balls, and hard-to-find items. ZSM Sports. Follow ZSM Sports, ZSM.
So we're gonna retain them. So good job on that. Nicely done.
Real quick, I will let people know there was a lot of winners over the last couple of weeks of a lot of stuff. Last month and a half. ZSM Sports sent me their stuff. I'm supposed to get it tomorrow morning. I'm hoping that I get it before I leave to go to Orlando. But when I come back from Orlando, everything will get sent out. So just so you all know, that's what's going to happen.
Thank you for that update. I can't do I'm on like a certain octave. I think you're like 4 below me on the read.
ZSM Sports.
I'm going to try to do it like that for the hangry Owls. I can't do it. Like, you got that bass in you.
I feel like the EA Sports. It's in the game.
Nice.
See, guy.
You see, if I have a little congestion, if I wake up maybe a little, the New Yorker in me, that kind of cold, then that's when like the voice goes. Like in that episode of Friends when like Phoebe had her sick voice. Sometimes when I'm sick, I got my broadcaster voice. But right now,
I love that you brought in Friends as the reference for this.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing right now. I don't know if the wheels are coming out there.
I have not heard the Friends reference in a very, very, very long time. All right, we'll go to the next one. You hit the next thing. All right,
I'm ready. Okay. All right, here we go. Good food, good mood, hangry Owls, craft subs and salads. I'm here in Pennsylvania. They call it a hoagie, but Hangry Owls calls it a sub.
There you go.
305-279-5332.
And follow Hangry Owls today at HANGRYALS.
That was like the oop from Wade and you LeBron did. Visa Soar. Brewing Company.
Nope. Vesa. Vesa Store. And you have to roll the R.
I can't do it. I can't.
No, roll the R. Try to roll the
R. I'm not an R roller. 8th grade Spanish. B minus. Couldn't do it.
Say sorta.
Sure. I can't. Don't make me do it, Steven.
I lied to you not. When I first brought them on as a sponsor, I had like a whole conversation with their marketing director, Pedro, shout out to Pedro. And he's like, yeah, man, check it out. You got to roll your R, and it's not Visa, it's Vesa, like cerveza, which is beer in Spanish, which I never knew. Okay, so I'm learning things here, right? And he's like, it's Vesa Sur. You got to roll the R. So for like 20 minutes on the phone, we're like, Sur. So Vesa Sur.
I can't do it. You know how Zoolander couldn't go left? I can't do the R's. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm not mad at you.
We're going to segue.
Born and raised, a beer created for the fans by the fans. The official beer of Clock Blockers.
While I've had trouble pronouncing it, I've not had trouble sampling, and I could definitely say dose thumbs up, fantastic cerveza. So on to the next one. Unless you want to add. You want to add some colors?
No, that was good. I like that.
All right. Great place to sit. A great place to sit. Concerts, sports, theater, making sure that Dolphin fans get into the proper seats anywhere they want to go. That was just a copy off the top of my head. Do they have an actual copy we got to read, Steve-O?
No, if you go into the description below, you will see the link for greatplacetosit.com, and that if they use the code, if they call them at 954, here, I'm actually going to just copy that little part, post it in the chat. So what I do is I say, hey, look, tickets to any game, concert, and or event, greatplacetosit.com. Greatplacetosit.com. Give them a call today at 954-989-7979 and use the code word DWA to get 5% off on your tickets, because the price you see on there is the price you get. There's no service fees. There's no ticket fees. There's no online fees. The price you see is the price you get. But if you call them and use the code word DWA, they're going to give you an additional 5% off. Let's go. I'm excited about it. It's going to be awesome.
I'm excited about that too. Now that's a read right there. Now that is a read.
Beautiful. Look, all I'm doing is just passing this stuff off to you. We're that's it.
This is a big one. This is like, fourth quarter now. This is a big one here. Tail greeter. Everyone loves tail greeter. You do a terrific job in your shows. And now I don't want to crap on the crapple like you like to do. You do that really well. So I'm going to allow you to
download the app today on your current Apple or Android device. Tail greeter. Make sure you give them a follow at TAILGREETER. Now, I do want to let people know about Tail Greeter. A really cool thing with Tail Greeter and Vesa Soar. Okay. So we here at Miami Sports Music are going to be hosting a really awesome watch party. That's right. An awesome watch party for the Buffalo Bills game in 2 weeks, right? It's 2 weeks now, right? Or 3 weekends. 3 weekends away, whatever it is. December 17th or December 18th. We're not sure the day yet because the NFL hasn't flexed the game that it's going into. But I want to remind you all that if you all go to tailgreeter.com, type in Vesa Soar or Vesa, you could just type in Vesa and it'll pop up. You'll see the Vesa Soar watch party, okay? There is limited spacing in Vesa Soar in the brewery down in Wynwood. So what we need you to do is go to Vesa and RSVP. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. Just go download the app if you don't already have the app, or go to tailgreeter.com, type in Vesa and Wynwood for the Buffalo Bills game. There's going to be a huge watch party that's hosted by myself and Dolphreaky, the 2022 NFL Fan of the Year. And there'll be plenty of special guests from the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network coming through. I know Batman's going to be there. Solo D's going to be there. Cameron 954 is going to be there. Tamaris is probably going to be there. It's going to be lots of fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So make sure y'all go do that RSVP today, because we need to get a head count. They need to make sure that they have enough staffing and everything for that. So please RSVP today to make sure that you get in there. Go ahead. That's it. That's all you say about that.
That Bills game, I don't know where I'll be for that before we go into the next copy. I'm looking forward to that, because if they do move that to the night,
it's going to get flexed. It's either, in my opinion, it's either going to get flexed Saturday night or Sunday night. I don't.
That would be great.
I looked, so there's like 6 possible games that can get flexed.
What we got?
And there's 2 slots or 3
Okay.
slots, I think. And we're getting in one of the 3. So
You'd have to think.
Yeah. So if I'm correct, they're going to do a 4:00 game on Saturday and an 8:00 game on Saturday, if I am correct in this.
Okay.
And then they're going to do, obviously, the Sunday night game is going to get moved. I think whoever's currently in there right now is going to get flexed out. So, but here's the thing: the Dolphins have already been flexed in the prior week before into Sunday night football. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens, which is why I'm starting to not think that it's going to be Sunday night, and it's more likely going to be Saturday night, is what I'm starting to think. So
there is a doable drive from my location. That's all I got to say. So
Adam S says, I got my ticket on Tail Greeter for the Vasasaur party. Let's go,
beautiful.
Adam.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, Adam.
Excited about that.
There you go.
Go ahead. This is your show.
All right, love it. So we are. I think we're through the copy. Am I right?
Yeah, that's everything. So now basically what I do is I come up here and I say, hey, look, today's show is Spread Kindness Friday.
Indeed. And the last couple of Fridays that we've been doing this, we've been really hitting it out of the park, as has been our guests really doing an awesome job. We appreciate all the donations. I wanted to throw something out there for you. I wanted to throw a little idea out there for you.
Yeah.
And you hit me up. I mentioned that there was an alumni of the Miami Dolphins' birthday today. And I'd like to celebrate.
Is it today?
OJ McDuffie, number 81, obviously some dude named OJ McDuffie. I don't know.
McDuffie, only in my top 3 greatest Miami Dolphins of all time.
That's literally where he sits on mine. I mean, we got 2 offensive
number
players.
1 or number 2?
You know what? Honestly, to be quite honest with you, it's 1 and 1A. Number 1 is 1-3, and number 1A is 8-1, because that was my connection growing up. That was it.
So OJ's been a big friend of the show in Miami sports music. Shout out to OJ McDuffie. Love that guy. And OJ was so funny, is the very first time I ever met him, I said, hey, look, just want you to know, because you've only probably ever been told this 50 million times, you're my favorite Miami Dolphin, not named Dan Marino. So I don't know if I offended him when I first said that, or it was a joke, also truth at the same time. Like, Marino was if it wasn't for Marino, I don't know if I'd be a Dolphins fan today, right?
Likewise.
More of Marino. So, but I know that I loved OJ McDuffie. It was OJ McDuffie for me, and I only got to see him at the end of his career, and then Arande Gatson.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So Arande was, I loved watching Arande too.
That's, it's so great that you bring up Arande when we're talking about OJ, because both of them were so awesome to watch, yet so different in terms of how they played and their attributes. And if they had more, a lot of years together, imagine is like a 1-2 punch. That just would have been amazing. And obviously they didn't overlap as long, or as, because obviously the back in OJ's career, he had, the toe. But OJ, man, what he does now for, the community with the fish tank, you mentioned he's a friend of your shows. He's a friend of ours as humans. He's a friend of the fan base. What he does is he kind of brings together the fan base, the current team, the past team, and he is one of the biggest fans that we got. So it really is an awesome opportunity to wish him a very happy birthday, and to really, for my money, I think he's the next name that needs to be emblazoned on, the honor roll. I really, truly think that his name and number need to be amongst the tons of people in that, tons of Dolphins that have meant so much to this organization. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, look, 100%. I think OJ McDuffie has been more of, I guess asset is the right word for this franchise on and off the field over the last 15, 25 years, right? Like his playing career tied in with his off the field career with the fish tank and doing stuff with the Dolphins and being a man of the fans, being a man of the people, being very active in the fan community, I tell people all the time, being with Solo D for the last 10 plus years, I've gotten to know a lot of different my former Miami Dolphins and former NFL players, period. And the one thing that I personally have noticed is that not every player is as open and hanging out with the fans or being a part of the people, as I would put it, right? But there's three people that stick out tremendously. Sean Wooden, absolutely amazing. Love Sean Wooden. He's such hanging out with Sean Wooden has
down to earth.
Oh my God, fun guy, love him to death. Would do anything for him, and yeah, would just the nicest guy. Richmond Webb, who has done nothing but nice things for me and this channel, and just been absolutely one of the greatest human beings you will ever meet, ever. By the way, he's a giant of a man, and his side is represents who he is in his heart. Like, I'm not trying to I'm just telling you, like, Richmond Webb's the nicest. He is one of the nicest human beings I've ever met.
It's like insane that he was so dominant and physical while gentle giant. Is that cliche or cheesy?
No, I think, it is cliche, but I think it's very accurate for Richmond, right? So yeah, 100% Richmond's that guy, right? And then the other thing is OJ McDuffie, right? OJ McDuffie's been absolutely 100% a part of the fans, 100% very interactive with the fans. The Fish Tank started out, it wasn't a Miami Dolphins podcast at first. It was him and Seth Lovett, starting that out, and was very fan interactive, and would do the stuff on Instagram. Him and DJ Preach, shout out to Preach, and all those guys. They're all amazing, right? Preach, Seth Lovett, and OJ. So yeah, OJ's definitely been absolutely amazing. Love that guy.
Not only the podcast, he's got his foundation, Catch 81 Foundation, which, other than a fantastic message and organization, it's a fantastic name and pun. Everyone knows that I love a good pun, but you guys know that obviously where I'm heading with the teaser earlier with the kind of cards that we're going to auction here. And I went into the vault, Steven. I went into the vault of my collection, the vault. I know you have a ton of old school Dolphin cards. You were I saw some of your collection. Do you know? I'm going to give you a little fun, little half trivia, half guessing game here. What would you, if I had a favorite OJ McDuffie card? Let's go back into your card knowledge here. What do you think would be my favorite OJ McDuffie football card?
Oh my God, his rookie card, right?
Yeah, specific one. I don't know. I got a story behind this.
I don't know all of OJ's rookie cards, but I would venture to guess his rookie card.
You're right there. You are right in that aspect. Now, to be a little bit more specific, as I mentioned earlier, I grew up in New York, Long Island specifically. So when Saturdays rolled around and I was looking for a college football team to watch, I had Syracuse on TV. You always had like your Notre Dames or your powerhouses, or your Michigans on TV. But a lot of locally, I had Penn State, I had Syracuse. And I was always a fan of Penn State players. And I'm here in Pennsylvania now, ironically. A lot of Penn Staters. It's really a whole huge thing of pride here in PA to have the Penn State, fandom, or even have gone there. And people love OJ from that. But anyway, growing up, one of the first cards as a collector that I really appreciated was one of, I think, the cooler rookie cards, Upper Deck. Remember Upper Deck, Steven?
I remember that they mass-produced King Griffey Jr.'s rookie card and made us all think we were winners. Yes, I do remember Upper Deck very well, and I also remember how their let's just say I have beef against Upper Deck. Okay,
you got beef against Upper Deck.
I do, man. They did a whole documentary about how they mass-produced King Griffey Jr.'s rookie card. They just did sheets. You remember that?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's worth nothing.
Deny it, but there's people that work there that said no, they printed them on sheets.
Oh my God, yeah. And there's so many things about cards like these days that's like shady with these hobby box opens, but ultimately it is a kid's hobby. And that's what it's a kid. And the cards make me feel like a kid. So that's another reason why
this was all done in the 90s, right? They've done things in that time frame now to make things a little bit more on the up and up. But I don't even know, is Upper Deck still in business? I don't even know if they're
It's a great question, but in certain sports, yes, I think hockey, absolutely. I think there are certain Panini runs the roost right now, and it's gonna, I think, move on over to Fanatics. That's what the rumor is.
Interesting.
And I'm still a kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I'm almost like a neophyte in this new business. Steven, if you look at the off camera, I don't even want to show you the corner of my office and the shelves of just it's regurgitating cards, and I gotta do something with all these. But part of the hobby is, in my mind, bringing it back to the fun, not the profitability of the crazy one of ones and opening up these boxes and all the nuttiness of it. They've really taken it out of the hands of the fans and the kids, unfortunately. So
they have.
What I want to do. Hold on, Jason, do you have extra cards? Of course, I got more Tua cards than most. I got 1 million Tua cards that I'm happy to put up. So yes, hold on 1 second. We will get to that. But flip side fishing. You are correct. It is the Penn State card.
Oh, wow. That's dope. Let me put you on the big screen.
Yeah. This is a no-joke OJ Juice McDuffie card. This was a card that I was like, when you open a pack, right?
Is he on the Pitt Panthers?
He's on the Nittany Lion. Yeah.
I'm about to say Penn State Panthers. I'm sorry. I didn't say.
You're good. No, you're good.
OJ
you check swinged it. You check swinged it. You're good. But this is the legit card. Basically, I guess, went back on location. I don't know if he played a game yet, or maybe after he got number designation, on location picture over. So to me, growing up, like, all right, great. We got this rookie that I watched in college. This is my guy. All right. I'm a fan, like let's go. And that is that's the story behind this, is why McDuffie went into the league. And when we drafted him, I was that guy, Steven. I was 12 years old. The draft was situated a bit differently, wasn't on as it was these days, and without internet, we didn't have internet when I was young, walking up the hill both ways. No, I'm an old hat, man. I remember the days of going into my newspaper, New York Newsday, and looking at like the printed out mock drafts, Bob Glauber, and then looking at, all the talking heads from my neck of the woods, because I didn't really know all the Dolphins.
Here's what happens in your neck of the woods.
Exactly, neck of the woods. But I just knew X amount of players from my region, and I always had the Dolphin fandom for about 2 years prior. But it was Marino, and just like the funny little stories, like the Thanksgiving game and whatnot. But when they got OJ, it was like, wow, I'm following this draft. I said I got like 3 players that I really want to be drafted, and here we go. And then he started as a punt returner. His first touchdown was a punt return against the Colts on national TV. I mean, that was almost like, boom, here we are. And as he'll tell you, he learned from veterans, and then when his number was called to be the guy just led the league in receptions. And the first Dolphin to do that, of course, Juice Landry, took name and took record in that. So obviously that was kind of an homage to OJ, I think. You don't get allowed to be called Juice without being a similar player and kind of having that likeness, you know what I mean? So OJ to me is that number 2 to Dan Marino.
OJ's that guy for you. No, I get it. I understand it. So what are we doing with this card today?
I wanted to ask you about that because you're the guy.
Your private chat. I'm down with that, by the way.
You're down with that. I love it because you're the boss, man. I never want to do things without a thumbs up. That's just the way that I do things.
Private chat. I'm down.
So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. You all have been phenomenal, but this one we're gonna rock out for the birthday man, for the birthday boy. Make this man. Today. I mean, look. Has OJ McDuffie ever turned down an invite to anyone on any podcast? The answer is no.
No. Now, getting to work with his schedule, that's another story.
I mean, to tell you the truth, the schedule is schedule. I've reached out to OJ, and then, you reach out to people in our world, and sometimes, you just put it in the back of your mind, right? And then all of a sudden...
I'm just giving OJ a difficult time. OJ's
phenomenal. And then I get a message saying, let's go. Let's chop it up. And then, boom, let's do it. But OJ is that dude. Just a quick little story before I say what we're going to do, because I want to do this the right way for the birthday man. Story I was just going over with my wife. We both have a fun ability to work from home these days. So, we were just doing a little Dolphin chat, a little reflecting. And one of the fondest memories that I have of a Dolphin game is semi-recently, a couple of years ago. I had the ability to bring my son Brandon down, and I think I've mentioned the story, but for anyone who doesn't know it, it must be said, because it was unfathomable to me on how much a person cares about a person that he's not yet really truly met. And what I mean by that is, my dad and my son came with me to the Dolphin game. We were playing the Bengals. All right. And it was both of their first games. We had fun little seats, but as I like to do, I finagled my way down to the deep end, Stephen. And a lot of the folks there were really the famous deep end. They welcomed me in. My dad was still in his area, in our area, back with the camera, kind of taking pictures of me and my son, really absorbing the deep end. And he was in awe because it was his first game, as I mentioned, and he was still learning football. He knew who Dan Marino was. And he knew who a couple of current players were at that time, And then he didn't really know everything else, but he knew what I was doing, what I was trying. And then all of a sudden I see a bunch of Dolphins in the Aqua Blazers, the alumni, downfield level, doing what they do, And then all of a sudden I notice OJ, and I'm just trying to say, hey, OJ, and everyone is doing that. And OJ, of course, is not going past any single person. Handshake picture, handshake picture, handshake picture, handshake picture. Autograph if he could, autograph. Just doing everything that he could. And then finally he gets to my area. And OJ and I at this time, like Seth Levitt, we've had a little bit of communication. I reached out to them. I love your fish tank show. This is before they were a Dolphin podcast. This is, as you mentioned, when they were doing it independently. And OJ and I had shared, a chat. He had followed me on Twitter, made my day, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, OJ, hey, what's up? Jason Sarney here. Just wanted to say hi. And then literally the man just went like, oh, and he started to kind of make his way to me, but he kind of like climbed up like a little bit of like a stair, a rail. He made an effort that I was like, huh? And my son, 7 at the time, was like, all right, this is weird. This is cool. And to this day, it like his guy is OJ, So that's my story. So what would mean a lot to me is for all of you to help out OJ. So when I'm gonna give this card away. Okay, This is up, and it's gonna be matched with a secondary OJ card, which is a standard first select rookie. All right. So you got this is like the rookie card. All right. And then this is like the fun insert.
Are you doing 2 separate giveaways or just one?
I'm going to do what you think would be the best, because here's my proposal. My proposal is that we rock this out, folks. That we really
don't add anything last second. Just be whatever.
No, this is how it's these two. It's either 2 separate or it's 2 combined. We're going to do half.
I say we do both of them.
I agree with you. It's an OJ McDuffie rookie card set.
Yep.
Okay. The Penn State Nittany Lion, which is like the lore card. That's like,
now,
ooh, that's the Nittany Lion
card. What's the best thing about this? The people that should we do the auction style the way we did last week?
I don't know, because what I want to do is, and I'm going to go back to the idea in the private chat, and we got time this morning, so we'll do this right, and I want to get your opinion, other people's opinion. As I mentioned, he runs a terrific foundation, Catch 81, and it's the holiday season. They do terrific initiatives. They've done toy initiatives. They do events. So why don't we put some money in their stocking? Why don't we do everything that we could raise here, whether it's an auction or whether it's donations?
Everything that's raised today, 50% will go towards the Catch 81 Foundation, which is OJ McDuffie's foundation.
Correct.
And half will go to obviously Miami sports music. And then the other half will go to YouTube. And if they donate on YouTube. But yes, so we'll do half of all the donations that are made today will go towards OJ McDuffie's Catch 81 Foundation. I'm down with that. 100%.
There we go. And a very happy birthday. And
so what we'll do today is we're gonna do that. Do you have anything else that you're gonna give away today?
Oh yeah, no, we got a couple of current ones. Yeah, we got two of cards and we got a Waddle.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the highest donation. When do we get the stuff we win? I'm still waiting from 2 separate winnings from months ago. Flip side, I got you, man. I
give me the address. Send it to me right now on Twitter.
No, flip side's waiting for whatchamacallit, ZSM sports stuff. And that's what I'm getting in the mail tomorrow.
Gotcha.
So yes, because there's been an issue, but I took care of it and I'm getting it tomorrow.
There we go. There we go.
That's right. I got you, flip side. So yes, with the cards though, this is Jason's thing. Jason's sending them out. So yeah, send all your, like, if you win, send all your information to Jason, and Jason will make sure that it gets out. So yes, so this is what we'll do. We'll take the donations, and the highest donation will win the OJ McDuffie rookie cards today. Okay. And then what we'll do throughout the day is we'll do at least one raffle giveaway to anybody who donated at all. Even if it was $1, you'll get entered into a card giveaway. And then we'll also do a couple of other figure out how to raise some more money. But the goal today is I'd love to raise at least $500 today. I think that'd be dope.
It's a great number to shoot for.
Yeah, I think $500 is the goal today. We want to raise some money for OJ McDuffie's Catch 81 Foundation. Yeah, so 50% of all donations today will go towards Catch 81. So start donating. Let the donations begin. The highest donation today will end up winning the OJ McDuffie rookie cards, which I think are really awesome. And then even if you guys donate, you're still going to have the opportunity to win something, because we are going to do a wheel at the end of the show to everybody who donated for other cards. And like I said, we got some Tua cards, we got some Jalen Waddles, maybe some rookie cards in there. Yep. So we're going to have some really good stuff to give away. So even if you donate and you don't end up being the highest donation, you're still going to have the opportunity to win stuff. But those OJ McDuffie rookie cards, I think, are pretty dope. So the highest donation will win that today. And the goal is to raise $500 for the channel. So let's keep it going.
We're going to do it.
Kindness Friday. All right, let's get into, obviously why everybody's here, and that is Miami Dolphins talk. So the Miami Dolphins are facing the San Francisco 49ers this weekend out on the West Coast. Actually, before we even get into that, let me just talk about a little bit last night's game. Last night's game had, obviously big impact on the Miami Dolphins. For those of you who don't know, on Thursday night, Jason Sarney hosts Thursday Night Kickoff with Jason Sarney, which is a great show. You had our good friend of the program, Nikki Smokes, on. Nikki, what was Nikki Smokes' bet, by the way? Do you remember?
He had his number one play was the under in the first half, and he did like Buffalo to win, but he thought it was going to be like, a little bit of a closer game. So
well, it was not. Well. It was definitely not. But what else? But he was right about Buffalo winning.
He was right about Buffalo, yeah.
Here's what I'll say. And watching a little bit of the game last night, I was at first a little optimistic because I saw, the fumble that happened from Josh Allen, which ended up leading to New England scoring, and it was 7-3. And then when I left, obviously I have a nice new fresh cut, so I left the barbershop after that. And my daughter got her hair done, so she was getting her hair done too. And when I left, I came back, it was 17-3 or 17-7. And then they missed the field goal to go into halftime. And I was just like, well, I know how this game's going to end. And I was right. I was 100% spot on. Buffalo just straight dominated. New England is not the same team that they've been for the last 25 years. Black Jones is a bad quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. He is not a good quarterback. And I really don't know what's keeping Bill Belichick there at this particular moment. Now, I heard on Twitter last night there's some rumors that Brady's interested in coming back to New England for 1 year or 2 years. That would be very interesting to see. Because he's not married to Giselle, and Giselle's the one that really wanted to leave Buffalo or New England from everything that I've been reading. Don't know if it's true. Obviously, all rumors. But again, to go to last night, New England, in my opinion, doesn't make the playoffs. I don't think they get in. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about last night's game? What are your thoughts about New England?
I don't think New England's a very good football team. I really was pulling for them because, obviously, a New England win, while it would have kept them alive, and it's just nauseating to see them just win anytime, it would have been great to see the Bills implode. But what it does tell me, it just kind of puts a little bit more fear into me about the Buffalo Bills being who we thought the Buffalo Bills are, and that's just a pretty darn good football team, And the throw Allen made, look, I'm not a Bills fan, but neither are any of us. But it's okay to say that the man made a heck of a throw, and he's a very good quarterback. And yeah, he's had a rough stretch, but this is a game last night that there's a little bit more fear. The last 4 games that he played, a little bit more, oh, great, maybe he's going to implode. This game, he kind of got back to normal. And, this makes 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whenever that Bills game is, such an utmost of importance game, such a duo.
We're going to get to that in a second because Mr. Stephon Diggs had something to say last night.
I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Get into that.
Thank you. That was my next comment.
I'm not going to let that slide. Here,
bring it up, tee it off, man.
So, watching the game last night, when I watch games, I turn on Twitter. I'm a huge Twitter guys. Go follow me at Stephen D SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. And there ain't nothing to spread kindness or positivity and love about this, because if you read his lips, without saying the word, I want the Dolphins. I want the Dolphins. He wants the Dolphins. Stephon Diggs can be heard. By the way, you can also hear too, from what I've heard. There's
do me a favor. Go back to the time quote. When did Stephon respond to Big E? Because that's a whole other thing that we're going to get into.
When Stephon responded to Big E? Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about. Oh, my guy. Oh, my Steven, you must be
it now. He says, I know this is probably what you wanted me to say, but let's not lie. Okay, thanks.
Can we dissect this for a half a minute?
I didn't know that Stephon responded to Big E.
All right. We got to dissect that for a minute.
Total Sports Pro and all of these outlets ran with this last night.
Total Sports,
all of them.
This day, 15 years ago.
This is the problem. This is some of the problem with social media, that if somebody tweets something of high. Now, let me just say something. We all love Big E. Big E's a huge fan here. Love him. Okay. And in my mind, I don't care that he said it. I wanted him. He is 100% correct, Stephon, in saying, I know you probably wanted me to say this. Yes, I did, Stephon. I wish you would say that. You don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke. You don't want nothing to do with the Miami Dolphins, Mr. Stephon Diggs. You do not. But when I saw this last night, I'm telling you, I got a little, okay. That's what he wants.
You know what he
You
just said?
Dolphins? Let's go.
What basically he just said, without saying it, if it is in fact what he said, which I think that's what he said, was
I don't know. He straight up denied it to Big E that he didn't say this.
well, of course he did, but like, you know what, Steven? About 15, 20 years ago, you know what happened? People in the NFL started talking like this. You know why? Because it's very easy to read lips, right?
Yes.
It's extremely easy to read lips. So if I say something that I don't want to be said, I'm just going to put something in front of my mouth. You could read lips. And Stefan was basically saying, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And
Correct.
that's exactly what it is. Because while they, yes, are in first place at the moment, the Bills, they've played one more game than the Dolphins. So if the Dolphins win on Sunday, the Dolphins are right back in first place. So the Bills have not leapfrogged the Dolphins yet to go into sole possession of first place, because the Dolphins, of course, still have that up on the tiebreaker with them from the previous victory. That's why Diggs is so hot and bothered and pumped up. And yes, good for him to say, I want the effing Dolphins, because this is sports. This is exactly what he should say. Good for him. And you know what the Dolphins secondary should say? Come get it.
100%. I think that here's something else real quick. I'm gonna throw on a 1 minute or a 90-second sound clip.
Yeah, please.
From Good Morning Football this morning, because I think the other thing I want people to understand is where how the Dolphins are kind of viewed to the national media, right? And how that's kind of portrayed. So real quick, this is a little 90-second clip from Good Morning Football.
Well, it just depends on what you're scared of. If you're scared of the dark, are you scared of the abyss? Because right now, the unknown for us is the Dolphins. There's a reason why we're having this conversation on Friday, because it's kind of fun fodder to be like, well, we just saw what the Bills did last night, but you haven't seen what the Dolphins. So answer the question. I was always one to want to get tests over with. I was not a good student.
Scared of tests?
School, so I'm not going to create a C and go TBD. I just want to pick one, and I'm going to pick the Dolphins right now because I'm scared of the unknown. I think I know, and I think we all know what the Bills are, what their makeup is, how good they can be. I think the Dolphins are still growing, and I think they're still growing in a really scary way, and that's the adjective I'm going to use. Tua Tagovailoa, we know the really remarkable stat that's on that screen, which is he is unbeatable when he has started a game. Of course, he went through that atrocious injury stretch in October with his concussions, and this is where he ranks right now, though, so far through this season. And I remember distinctly when we started back on the show in August, and we were like, what a gift these AFC quarterbacks are. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. And Tua was not on that list. Tua was in a different segment about what the heck are we going to do with Tua? What the heck is going to go on with Tua? Is Mike McDaniel the answer? Can't be. That can't be. It is. It's happening. And add Tua Tagovailoa to the Christmas list, because this has been such a great thing to watch the Dolphins come into their own offensively. They're so fun to watch. That quarterback is so good. Do you guys remember when we took his footage and we flipped it to make him throw right-handed? And for some reason, it just worked in our brains. And we were like, that's the most beautiful throw I've ever seen in my life. That's how good Tua Tagovailoa is. And so to me, the unknown is scary. I'll go with the Dolphins on this one. Well,
it's so interesting to kind of see the national media outlet or mindset start to shift, because we've known for the last 15 or 20 years what this football team is, but we also have seen the disrespect, some of it rightfully so. Okay, let me just throw that in there, to our favorite football team. Well, now the national media is sitting here saying, hold up, this team is for real. And I think that some of these people are eating their Wheaties, because they're ready to go. They're like, oh no, Dolphins are for real. Dolphins, people are buying stock. If the Miami Dolphins were a stock right now, it's being bought by the truckloads of the national media. Would you agree with that, Jason?
Not only would I agree with that, I would say that, and I'm not an investor. I'm not. I like to dabble in the old crypto, which is a whole funny thing in itself. But if people bought the dip on Tua week 6, 7, right before he came back, buying the dip, they're driving Ferraris right now. because I mean, come on now. I mean, if you want to use the stock comparison, this is a guy who, let's go back to the IPO, the initial public offering. Man made a national championship throw to win the title. Got on a radar of not just Stephen Ross and the Dolphins, got on the national radar, and he became, for better or for worse, Stephen, he became almost like a figure. Not an athlete, a figure. And it was almost something that I've never really seen before, and I think it was a product of social media, and please understand what I'm trying to say here. You got your Alabama football program, that's the 33rd NFL team, in my opinion. So you got your 33rd NFL fan base in the Alabama Crimson Tide. So that's a whole other animal versus the Dan Marino, that's why I'm a Dolphin fan. You got those two conflicting worlds that have come together for the current Dolphin base that we're at, and he's become beyond football, beyond the game, and the media could eat it up or they could hate it. And the injuries.
Now, let me interrupt.
No, please.
Is the national media buying this because of the need to have another superstar in the league, or is it that they are for real in how they feel about him, because they are buying stock in him, or is it because right now it is just the cool thing to do? Let me just love on Tua. But the moment Tua messes up, we're going to flip back on him.
It's a great question. And look, I can't really put myself in the seats of Alabama fans or SEC fans or even freaking Western Michigan fans. I went to Buffalo and I was a witness of their first Division I win. I'm not exaggerating. 47 people rushed the field. Not 4,700, not 47,000, 47, or like a couple of dozen. But they beat UConn. You know what I mean? So I don't get it. I get it, but I've never felt it. I've never felt what it's like to have a Saturday where you're watching this unbelievable player rattle up 4 touchdowns, 350, and making it look like it's so simple, And then if you've met an Alabama fan and a Dolphin fan, and that puts Tua as the next Marino, and the Dolphin fans who wanted to see him in next Marino, we've been praying for it. No one's the next Marino. But we're trying to find the best thing next to it. And I think that's where it is.
I think, here's my personal opinion of it. I think it's the third thing. I think it's the national media for them. It's the cool thing to do right now, support Tua. Because in theory, in all the games he started and finished, which I know some people hate when anything's prefaced with that,
right?
But he's undefeated when he starts and finishes a game, right? And so it's tough. And he had this injury, and he's come back, and he's been really good since this. He hasn't thrown an interception since he's come back from the injuries. What is he since the injury?
11 TDs, 0 INTs,
very limited sacks. I'm thinking like maybe 4 or 5 sacks.
Maybe if that. I think it might be even 3 since week 7.
So, he got 3. He got 3 on Sunday against Houston, but. Either way, right? I feel like this is the national media just saying, all right, this is the cool thing to do right now. We're just going to support him. But and that's what kind of scares me, or I don't want to say scared, makes me nervous about the next 3 games, right? Because God forbid, I'm just going to say it, God forbid the Dolphins go 1-2 or 0-3 in the next 3. I don't think they will, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. I'm literally just trying to make a point. I don't think they are. God forbid they do. Everybody's going to be like, well, this is what happens when you have the things I will hear will be as followed. This is what happens when you have an Alabama quarterback trying to, lead your team. This is what happens when you have somebody who consistently gets hurt. This is what happens when you have no offensive line. This is what happens. The Dolphins are, they're a fake organization, whatever it is. Okay. Everything will come out the woodwork, and it'll come from our fan base. It'll come from the local media, and it'll come from the national media, and it'll come from content creators as well. Okay. I believe the Dolphins are what they are right now, which is an 8-3 team that are still finding themselves and still growing in. They have not even touched their ceiling. If you're asking me what the best the Dolphins can be, well, on offense, it's the fourth quarter of the Baltimore Ravens game. It's the first half of the Houston Texans game, right? What's the best our defense can be? Best our defense can be is the first quarter of the Texans game, the second half of the Detroit Lions game, what they did in Pittsburgh, when people are on. But we've never seen it all at one time, and we've never seen it over the course of 4 quarters yet. But I'm also going to put a couple of things in perspective. Number one, it's a first-year head coach. Number two, it's an offense that's being implemented to a quarterback that, in my opinion, good, bad, or indifferent, is finally having the confidence that he's never had for the first time in his career. Okay. And he has a player, a.k.a. Tyreek Hill, who's an absolute game changer. The man can sway any game, no matter how bad or good your team is. He is. And so you bring all of this collective stuff into it and you say, well, you know what? This is exactly where we want the Dolphins to be going into week 13 in the NFL this year. 8-3. I would guarantee 90% of you all would have said, well, if the Dolphins are sitting at 8-3, we're sitting real pretty going into the last 6. And most of you would have said the 3 losses would have came against Cincinnati, which we did, Buffalo, and some sort of trap game, right? I don't think we would have
or Baltimore.
Or Baltimore, right? Now, we ended up losing to Cincinnati, New York, and I don't even Minnesota. And by the way, we were a fumble away from winning that game with a backup quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater against what is arguably one of the best teams in the NFC. So
one run put us away, and that was it.
Again, exactly. So I'm telling you right now, I am nervous about Sunday's game. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I think it's the biggest test for the Miami Dolphins. But let me tell you, this is the best this team has looked in the last 25 years, in my opinion. That's my opinion.
1,000%. I mean, look, the last 20 years, the bar has been low. 4 or 5 years deeper than that, they were very good teams, just unfortunate years. But, let's face it, 2004, 5, beyond, there was 1 or 2 decent years. And when you're looking at this year, I'm looking at the games, I'm thinking back to if I'm giving the game grade for all of these wins and losses, I have not handed out an A+ yet. There's no A+ game yet. There's no 100% 3-phase front-to-back game. They were extremely close with the Browns game. But the game started off to me like, uh-oh, here we go again. This is the trap game. And then they got right. But there were a couple of aspects to that game. They gave up a huge run to Chubb. It was an A game. It was an A- game. Houston Texan, first half, A+, second half, C-, overall grade an A-, whatever. But they have not, to Good Morning Football's point, we have not seen them at their peak ability where honestly, take this with a grain of salt. I don't want to say we haven't seen it even close, but let me dissect why I'm about to say we haven't seen the closeness of what the Dolphins are capable of. What if? I hate what ifs and I hate buts. What I mean by that is, but Byron Jones is injured. But Nick Needham is injured. But Brandon Jones is injured. Think about what I just said right there. They're 8-3. Their defense is improving. They have remarkably strengthened their defensive secondary statistics. With those things said, so those buts don't mean anything to me. The what ifs, inconsequential. What if we had Byron Jones? Well, we have Kader Kahu. What if we still had Jones and Needham healthy? Well, you know what? You got guys stepping up like a Keon Crossing, like a Verone McKinley.
100%.
So to me, what if these guys get their sea legs in 2 weekends? What if Trent Sherfield and River Craycraft? I mean, look, to have a game like 44 yards and 4 receptions like Craycraft did, ballpark and to call that your career high in both stats, you know what that does? Confidence. Oh, by the way, he's playing his former team this week. Trent Sherfield is becoming a viable third option, not named Mike Gesicki in the offense. He was a special teams player, really, in San Francisco with an opportunity to catch a ball here or two. Now Sherfield has an opportunity to catch a ball every series.
Yep.
He's playing his former team this week. So, I mean,
it's a statement game for a lot of these guys. Right? It's a huge statement game for Jeff Wilson. It's a huge statement game for Raheem Mostert. It's a huge statement game. Who else am I thinking? Need to be thinking Trent Sherfield.
Jeff Wilson Jr. I
already said Jeff Wilson.
But that's the game. But that's the game too. But like, I want to emphasize him.
And then McDaniel on top of all of this too. It's a statement game for him, right?
Emphasizing Wilson Jr. This guy got traded for. I mean, meaning like they took a good guy who was already on the team in Wilson and said, no, we could do better.
Yep.
Think of that motivation.
Oh, no, I don't disagree. Now, let me add. First of all, let me hit the reset button. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. It is the top of the hour. It's 11:01. We are going to be here for a while. I want to remind you guys, 50% of all donations today to Spread Kindness Friday are going to be going towards OJ McDuffie. Happy birthday, by the way, to Mr. OJ McDuffie. It's his birthday today. So in lieu of his birthday, 50% of all donations today that we make on the channel, we are going to send a donation to the Catch 81 Foundation. And we're going to be able to give away some prize to entice y'all to donate more, because we have a $500 goal that we'd love to do that today. The first thing we're going to do is the highest donation today will win. Throw those cards back up one more time, buddy. I'm sorry.
You're good, man.
We'll win a pair of OJ McDuffie rookie cards. Okay, those are OJ McDuffie rookie cards. They're in great condition. They are not graded, but the highest donation today will win that. So bring in your donations.
I got to be honest with you. If you would grade these, one of them I would say is a 9. The upper deck I would say is an 8 or a 9.
The other cool thing, which is really cool, is anybody who donates at all today will have a chance to win a Tua Tagovailoa card and maybe even a Jalen Waddle card. Because anybody who donates at all today will get entered into that. We'll do a wheel at the end of the day.
There we go.
All right. You can donate on PayPal or Cash App. I just dropped the link in the chat there. Those are the preferred methods of doing that. And then we got some really cool rookie cards. We're not going to give away those quite yet, but we are going to give the Jalen Waddles away in a little bit. But in the meantime, donate to the channel. The highest donation wins the pair of OJ McDuffie rookie cards. And, anybody who donates at all will get entered to win a Tua Tagovailoa card. And then sometime here in the next hour, we're going to be giving away some Jalen Waddle cards, including a Jalen Waddle rookie card. So let's go. I like it. By the way, this is all courtesy of Jason Sarney. If you want a card and you have not received your card yet, send your address to Jason Sarney. He's now taking over all the cards giveaway stuff away from me to take something off of my plate, because I'm very overwhelmed with a lot of this stuff.
Andrevius, send me your address. I need the address. You'll get the card, my man.
Yep. Yeah, we'll take care of you, buddy. All right. Back to kind of what we were talking about for Sunday. Sunday's game is absolutely amazing because I think it's going to give us another idea of what this offensive line can look like with a hurt Terron Armstead. It looks like he's going to try to play from all sources that have been indicated. What do you think about him playing? What do you think about him playing?
Armstead?
Yeah, Armstead playing this weekend.
I mean, obviously the line is different with him. The line is a completely different line with him. But I also want to think long play too. You know what I mean? I'm nervous about that. I really am, because one little tweak could mean the rest. I don't even. They need him at 100%. Do you risk him at below that? That's the question that I don't have the ability to really answer. But if he is one of those guys that is going to warrior it up and say, I am good to go, you might have to listen to him. And McDaniel's the guy to scheme where you can make his life easier. How? I can't tell you. That's above my pay grade. But if we see Armstead, it brings me more confidence, but I would love to see a scheme that suits to maybe protecting the protector, if that makes sense.
So some of the fan base has reached out or has said, no, it doesn't matter, what the deal is for this game. He needs to sit. They think that Terron Armstead needs to sit, get healthy. Why risk injuring him further, and whatever. Here's my opinion. If Armstead thought for a minute that he would risk more injury, I don't think that he would play. And I don't think the team would let him play. But if the team is saying, but now that's what I think. Now, the reality is, like Omar Castro just said in the chat, he said a 50% Armstead is better than 100% Jackson.
That's the point.
Do they go in with the mindset saying, well, we're willing to risk this because a 50% Armstead is better than 100% Austin Jackson? I personally won't be mad if he plays. I'll be very happy if he plays. And, I'm, that's kind of where I'm at with it. But, man, I don't know. This is a very unique situation to be in because Terron Armstead is maybe the best left tackle in the entire NFL. I don't know if you would agree with that. I think he is. I think he's the best left tackle in the NFL, if not one of two or three, maybe.
Yeah.
But who am I to question if he wants to play? But what should the Dolphins do at that point? Because I feel like then it's in the Dolphins' hands, right? Then it's like, all right, he says he's good enough to play, but is he good enough to play? You take the doctors into consideration here. What do you and do you go if you have an Armstead saying I'm good enough to play, and you don't play him and you end up losing or getting to a hurt or whatever, and you had a chance? Like, I feel like the Dolphins are almost I don't want to say a lose-lose situation, but they're in a very tough spot.
Oh, I agree there. I mean, look, this is a big decision, and you're really this is like one of those pro and con lists, all right, let's list all the positives, let's list all the negatives and what's going to win, Now, let me throw a couple of, I guess, I'm going to ask a question and I'll try to answer it and you help me. Like, Is this game one of those games where a couple of backups can win it if you need to rest people? I don't think so.
No, I not on the O-line wise, not on
Correct.
The O-line. But let me say this, and I was trying to push this narrative when I thought Armstead was going to be out earlier in the week, and I agree with this. Not that I was trying to push this narrative. I actually agree with it. If the Dolphins prepare for life without Armstead, for example, correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon Shell was playing left tackle last week, right?
Right. But then if you put Austin at left and then Shell at right, that might, yeah.
Correct. Shell is better at the right side than he is at the left. I would put, so if you had a whole week of Shell playing on the right side, we know that that's going to work. And then depending on who we're going to have at left, we, in my opinion, having, again, 2 tight end sets, a back in the backfield, helping out with the blind, or I can't say
Alec Ingold.
Yeah, whatever. I said the 3 guys that might have big days on Sunday. And I'm not talking about production. I'm talking about they're just going to make it very significant. Are A, Myles Gaskin, B, Alec Ingold, and C, Durham Smythe. Because all 3 of those guys can block, and they can all play in tight end sets. They can all play in the backfield, and they can help Tua out with more additional blocking as needed.
Okay. That goes into writing the script to help and protect the protector too, and protect who the protector is protecting, the quarterback. But yeah, I fully am buying that.
So, but that goes back into when the Dolphins are forced to make a last-minute decision, it has not worked out well for them. It does not work out well when they have to plug and play. For some reason, if they can prepare for it in a week time, they're good.
Right.
If somebody gets hurt in the middle of the game and they try to plug and play, it doesn't work out. They don't make on the O-line wise, O-line. So that's what scares me about Armstead playing compared to not playing. Because if he's not playing, you can adjust for it. You can practice for it. You can game plan for it. You can say, okay, this is what we're going to do. If this does not work, here's plan B. This is what we'll do with it. You can have plans A, B, C, and D. For some reason, this has been one of the flaws that I've seen with McDaniel. Very few, mind you.
Right.
He doesn't do that when it's it seems like there's nothing set in place for that if somebody gets hurt. Outside looking in, pure, just optical view from it. Have I done the research and looked it up? No. But I can just tell you based on, Tua getting, look at the Houston game. It speaks for itself, right? So I don't know. This is a very unique situation, this Armstead situation.
It is. Let me give you a fun little it's hard to even say, but if the Chargers game was first on this West Coast trip, I would sit Armstead. Well, no, they have a freaking defense too in the pass rush, but bad example, I guess. But I'm less scared of the Chargers than I am of the Niners. And my point, to kind of go back what I was inferring, last week against the Texans, Mostert sat because, frankly, I just don't think they needed him. So, yeah, he is a guy who has got a ginger injury situation, a knee that could rest. If this was a playoff kind of push game, we might have been able to see Mostert. He could have gone. But we need Armstead if we really want to try to win this game. I don't see an easy path.
So, in your mind, and I'm not trying to call you out, I'm just trying to get
go ahead.
You think if Armstead doesn't play, the Dolphins don't stand a chance?
I didn't say don't stand a chance. Let me answer it like this, and I'm going to lawyer it up and spin it like an agent, right? If the Dolphins pull away with a road victory minus their all-world left tackle, I am really pushing all in into the center of the poker table. All in. That will tell me everything I need to know going into.
Are you saying just from the San Fran game or the West Coast trip in general?
San Fran, man, with that scenario that you just laid out. Because Terron Armstead not playing if the Dolphins
or leaving the game early.
I don't want to use the word how you phrased it. You didn't do anything wrong, but I don't want to put the juju from my mouth up there that, oh my God, if Terron Armstead doesn't play.
No, we're a talk show here. Our job is to talk about the what ifs and everything.
If the Dolphins get blown out because Terron Armstead doesn't play, the loss that I had on this schedule in the beginning of the year isn't going to make me lose any sleep at night. Okay? There's the answer. If the Dolphins get blown out with Terron Armstead playing, and it's a situation where we're hearing that Armstead's seeing a specialist, I'm not happy. And my mood now changes if we're talking, right? If the Dolphins play with a banged-up Armstead, get a bang-out win, and he's limping into the Chargers game, let's cross that bridge when we come to it. The man's a warrior, and he did it. So there's the scenarios I could lay out. But I'm nervous
on a couple of different fronts.
Sure. Okay? Let's talk.
Number one, and I know you were giving, by the way, you were absolutely just giving what ifs. I understand that. Okay. My what ifs are definitely different because I don't see any what if. I don't see any world where the Dolphins get blown out by the 49ers. Their offense is not good enough to blow us out. Just not. You put up 13 points against New Orleans. Not good enough to blow us out. Now, with that being said, I look at a blowout as 20 points or more. That's not to say that we can't lose the game 20-3. Now, some people might view that as, Dolphins got blown out. Whatever. I wouldn't say that's a blowout, but I would say it's a very significant win. All right. I just want to state the word blowout and what it means for me. Now, with that being said, I think their defense is on point and maybe the strongest defense in the entire NFL at this particular moment, along with
number one in scoring defense.
Yeah, along with Philadelphia. Philadelphia's defense has worked out to be really good too. I still don't like Philadelphia. For those of you who watch the show every day, y'all know how I feel about Philly. Now, to go to the San Fran game, my what ifs say this: if Terron Armstead plays, there's no reason, in my opinion, that we should lose the game. And if we lose, if it's a last-second field goal or a last-second touchdown or a very close game, I'll be like, I'll lose a little bit of sleep maybe, because I've always said this, in my opinion. I would personally rather get blowed out than lose a close game, because losing close games, you know that your team was good enough to win.
1000% agree.
When you get blown out, you're like, we just weren't the best team that day. It's just what it was. We just sucked today.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, it's
bad team.
Shot in the head or bleed out. It's a horrible way to say it, but
whatever it is, right? There's a lot of people that disagree with that, by the way. There's a lot of people that disagree with that. How I feel about getting blown out compared to losing close games. Because, as a great man once said, good teams find a way to win. I think we're a good team. I think we're a really good team. And I think we should find a way to win this game. Shout out to Brian Romero for the $5 donation. First $5 donation. Feel bad for Jackson. The D lineman literally landed on his ankle as he was walking away at the end of the play. Yeah, Brian, it sucks. Just so y'all know, the highest donation today will win a pair of OJ McDuffie football cards. 50% of all the proceeds today are going to OJ McDuffie's Catch 81 Foundation. So please donate, y'all. Let's raise some money for the Catch 81 Foundation today. It is OJ McDuffie's birthday, and anybody who donates will get entered to win two Tonga Vailoa cards. So just keep on the donations coming in. Appreciate it, Brian.
Clemente writes real quick, Steven. A blowout is demoralizing. Sure, it could be demoralizing, but also be a kick in the ass. A kick in the ass.
There's been two blownouts in my life that were just gut wrenching.
What do you got?
62-7 and 55-10. Okay, and do you know what games I'm talking about?
Well, of course, you're mentioning Marino's last game. That's clear and evident.
Correct.
And then was there a Baltimore game at
that?
Yeah.
William Perry just sent $100 in donations.
Oh, so we're at 100 for the juice card right now.
We're at 100 is the highest donation. Well, he's got 102. Well, we're not adding. It's the highest donation. So, yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Donation is William Perry.
So we're sending $100. So it's
50% of that.
50-50.
We're sending out. Yep.
I love it.
Love it, man. Shout out to William, the ice tray
Shout out
Perry.
to William.
He's the ice tray. He's not the refrigerator.
What was the oh yeah. What was the other game? The first game was the Marino playoff game, of course. 52-10 was
55-10 was 55-10. that week one Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens at home.
Yeah, the Baltimore game from 2000. So, yeah.
Those two were gut-wrenching. And let me obviously it was gut-wrenching because I knew it was Marino and I knew it was over and I knew it was his last game. And that sucks to get blown out in an AFC wildcard game like that. And then the 55-10 was, well, this is just what we are for this year.
We just knew it going in.
It was the writing was on the wall and it was like, well, this sucks, right? But most times when you get blown out, you're just like, we're just not a good football team. And for me, I've been able to swallow that a little bit easier to be like, and maybe that's the point of being a Miami Dolphins fan for the last 30 years. We take losing a little bit better than maybe we should. But when we lose a close game, and by the way, the Miami Dolphins, along with the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns, lead the NFL. Those top three teams lead the NFL the last 25 years and losing one possession games. Okay.
Whoa.
Miami Dolphins, Detroit Lions, Cleveland Browns.
It's a great stat. I mean,
and that stat also furthers the statement of good teams find a way to win, right? When good teams find a way to win, And bad teams find ways to lose, and we've been a bad team for many years. So for me, it's always been like, oh my God, we had to just made that one. You can go back to each of those games and say one or two things that would have turned the tide for that game or changed that game. We go to the Minnesota game, the Jalen Waddle fumble, Skylar Thompson hurting his finger, right? We don't know what would have been from that. The interception by Bridgewater. Those are three things right there that we can go to and say, whatever. On a 55-10 or a 62-7 game, there was a million things. Take your pick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my opinion of just how I view blowouts to close games. That's just my opinion.
Similar boat. Yeah, I'm in a very similar boat. Look, if you lose a one-possession game, let's analyze why. There could be a million different reasons why. How is this kind of a loss? You're up 27-14 in the fourth quarter. All right? Then all of a sudden,
Cruz, stop timing people out, Cruz.
Whatever the score, it's two possessions, whatever the hell it is, then all of a sudden you end up in a one-possession game. You end up in a one-point game. And now it's a close game. So you've given up a lead, but you lost a close game. That's terrible. You're going into a game in the fourth quarter up two possessions and you pull. Look, let's go to the Baltimore Ravens for a second. The only losses that they have this season are one possession games.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a Raven fan, ask a Raven fan. You know what I mean? What if one of those games was just a blowout and it parlayed you into kicking the crap out of the next team because the coaches just said, look at this tape. Look what you put on tape. I'd almost rather that, hearing that as a team being like, all right, we got beat. We lost. Not we lost because a quarterback made the wrong read on this, because that's going to get analyzed on social media, the bad throw. Allen one-hopped it. He's a horrible quarterback. No, he's not. He made a bad throw. They lost a close game. You know what I mean? Like, you could lose sleep over that one play that makes you lose the close game or the reason why you lost the close game. But to me, in a blowout, look, if you're an athlete, if you ever got blown out, you do your best to just forget it and move on.
Yep.
A lot of people remember that because you remember your own mistake in a close game. What I do.
I'm telling you. So for me, that's how I've always viewed it. But to the original point of where my what ifs kind of come into play. In this particular scenario, being at 8-3, having the injuries we have, understanding where we're at, if we lose a close game, it'll suck. I'll be pissed. But I'll wake up tomorrow morning and I'll be like, well, we're right there. Mm-hmm. And then if we go out and beat Sandy, or I keep on wanting to say San Diego.
It's okay.
They're just San Diego, okay?
Right.
They're San Diego. If anybody's got a problem with me saying San Diego, then just get over it.
It will always be Burma to me.
If they go out and beat the Chargers and then they take care of business in Buffalo, we're exactly where we want to be. But again, my goal for this weekend is, what is the test of the Dolphins? What is it? What is the outcome of the test? And do I want to win? Of course I want to win. And there are some people like, there's no moral victories. I think that you can lose the game this weekend and come out with a moral victory. I 100% think that you can get that this weekend because two things. Number one, the Dolphins have cushion. They have a cushion. Okay. It's not much of one, but they have one. Okay. And they're in control of their own destiny. Right. So I don't want to lose this weekend. I don't think that we are going to lose this weekend. I just think that if it comes to that, and it's a close game, I can still wake my head up tomorrow. I can wake up tomorrow and be like, all right, that sucked that we lost, but we're right there. We're close. We're just a few, couple of things away that we might even still have on the roster. Maybe the injuries were whatever. To me, that'll be the case. That's how I will view it. And the other thing that I want to make sure that I'm very clear about is health. I want people to be healthy leaving the San Francisco game. Because, yes, I don't want to go into anything further, except I just want to be healthy.
it's a huge thing, Steven, because they're not going home in between this. So
They're staying out on the West Coast, correct?
They have different facilities, different comfort zone. It is a different. It's an uncomfortable 2 weeks, and I don't mean that in a horrible way. It's just an uncomfortable 2 weeks, as opposed to your nice, cushy $1 billion home. So if there is rehabilitation, if there is upkeep, you're doing it at a different level than you're used to. So they're already going into this game with a lot of what ifs. And there's that phrase again. But if the Dolphins do, and I said this before in the show, if they come away with a win, regardless of the circumstance, I'm above expectation where I placed this game in the beginning of the year. I had 11 wins before the ball kicked off preseason. When I saw the schedule, when we had the roster that we have, right going into camp, I had 11 wins. And then you can go back to the tweets. I said, you know what? After like a couple of preseason games, I think I maybe even did it week 2. I reserved the right to move it up to 12. And I keep it at 12. So that's the number that they need to get at for me to be happy. So if that makes sense, even if there's 2 losses on the docket, and I'm not hoping for them, I'm a very happy person at the moment. And the Niners game could make me euphoric, or it could literally make me status quo. And if that makes sense to people, that's how I'm going into Sunday. I'm not going in with anything other than kind of a I can only be happier mindset. Look, if God forbid, and I don't think it's going to happen, you lose 42-3, talk to me if that happens. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I think that a win maximizes euphoria. A loss doesn't make me take any step backward, pending how it is.
Depending on the health and how we lose.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that'll be what it is. Now,
exactly.
I just want to take a little side note, stay on the Dolphins game for a second. Here is something that needs to kind of be addressed. So there's 3 NFL teams in the state of Florida. There's the Jacksonville Jaguars, there's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and there's the Miami Dolphins. Now, we all agree there's only one, the Miami Dolphins, right? Who cares about those other 2 teams? It's very expensive for people to get NFL Sunday ticket. Okay. So a lot of people in Florida that are Dolphins fans rely on the thing of, hey, look, that we need to, we need to say, hey, look, this is what we're doing. Or let me rephrase, because I'm thinking 2 things at once here. You know how your brain gets jumbled sometimes? You start getting on one thing, but you're thinking about somebody else because you're reading 2 different things. You start.
All the time.
My brain works very badly sometimes.
Oh, look at that GIF.
Yeah. So exactly, right? That's exactly right. Now, just kind of want to throw this out there. So Orlando, for some reason, plays Jacksonville games on the local television. When it's Jacksonville, Miami, they'll play Jacksonville games. So Orlando called to get they have opportunity. If the local market leader is allowed to call, the local affiliate is allowed to call the NFL or whoever and say, hey, look, we want to change this particular game like 2 or 3 times a year. They're allowed to call and request as long as it's not in its home territory. Now, Orlando is considered Jacksonville territory, but it's also outside, so they can call 2 or 3 times a year to get the game changed to another game.
Okay.
So in this particular scenario, okay, they can do that. All right. So I want to share this right here. Fox 35 Orlando said they're
that's great. She's Orlando.
Not showing the Dolphins game on Sunday. Y'all keep calling. 407-942-8000. Now, I don't know if this is legit. Somebody reposted this on Twitter. I'm going to say that it is just based on what I've seen.
No, Deb knows her stuff. She's a massive Orlando person. Dolphins, Magic.
Okay.
This is a viable source.
This is a viable source.
Viable as can be.
So they show a lot of Jacksonville games over Dolphins games all the time. There's 170 of y'all watching right now. You want to make a movement, Dolphin fans? Call that number and tell them you want to see the Miami Dolphins game.
There it is.
It doesn't matter
Flood
that you don't live there. Help
Flood it.
Orlando watch the game locally, live. Okay?
Flood 'em.
Help them. Call 407-942-8000. Put the 1 in front of it. Say, hey, look, I understand that you guys are showing the Jacksonville game instead of the Dolphins game. We want the Miami Dolphins game show there. Who do we need? What do we need to do to get? We want the Dolphins game shown. We don't want the Jacksonville game shown in Orlando. By the way, I'm going to be in Orlando this week, and so it's kind of funny that they're making this movement on social media when I'm going to Orlando this weekend.
Dude, call up numerous times and change your voice and pretend you're different people.
Yes.
Remember Mrs. Doubtfire, the Robin Williams?
Everybody's like, I don't care about it. No, help. They're Dolphins fans that live in Orlando. We need to help the family. Help the family. Okay? Family. This is about coming together and helping our fellow Dolph fans out. Okay? Don't be selfish. Call them.
It's so funny. Me and my brother, we've been kind of switching the same friends Sunday ticket account for years, and it's like
too loud because then they're gonna start putting restrictions on password sharing and stuff.
Oh, dude! At this point, bring it on. Let's go. But it's funny. Like part of my Sunday routine when I'm not like your Sunday routine these days. Gratefully, luckily for both of us, are we at the game? Are we here? Whatever. We've been having fun in that regard. But sometimes I need my couch, my TV, and broadcasters that I want to listen to. And I think I've had one of those games this year, just with all that's been going on. So I'm praying that I get my week of DirecTV this week. So hopefully, my brother, if you're listening out there, give me it this week. Thank you, brother. We're very, very finicky over who gets to sit on their couch this particular weekend, so we'll see.
All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. All right, right now, we are raising 50% of all donations today. It is OJ McDuffie's birthday today. OJ McDuffie's birthday is today. So what we are doing, 50% of all donations, we are raising money. 50% of all donations we're going to send to his foundation, the Catch 81 Foundation. Okay. The winner of today's, the highest donation, which currently sits with our man, William the Ice Tray Perry in Alabama. My man from Alabama, who has a $100 donation, is currently set to win the OJ McDuffie rookie cards. Let me see him. Put them up on the screen one more time.
The first one of the set is the legit select rookie card, one of the old schools. And then one of the best story cards, like the lore card, his draft card, Dolphins on the Nittany line on the Penn State campus. The best of both worlds.
Yes. So, guys, we're raising, 50%. Just donate. If you donate anything, you will be entered to win a Tua Tagovailoa card that we're going to give away at the end of the show. We're going to raffle it off. We're going to put it in the wheel. Anybody who donated, I don't care if it's $1, you get a chance to win a really, really cool Tua Tagovailoa card.
I don't even know what they call this. It's like a die cut sort of prism. It's like a holographic, like you see that, the coloration?
All right, what we're going to do right now is not the Jalen Waddle rookie, just the other Jalen Waddle card.
They're both rookies, my friend.
All right, well, just put one. Well, actually, just put it one up.
Okay, we'll do it's an insert card. So while it's like a rookie card, it's called Gridiron Kings Rookies.
Okay,
it's so an optic.
Second year. Is it a second year card?
No, this is like it's a first year rookie card, but it's like the optic brand from his draft year, 2021.
Okay, all right. So a Jalen Waddle rookie card right now, it is 11:34. In the next 5 minutes, whoever donates the highest donation will win that card. You got to donate. You can donate on Cash App or PayPal, and the highest donation will win, and we will pick the winner at 11:40. You have 5 minutes to donate for that. 5 minutes. And by the way, if your donation is higher than 100, you will still have you would still have to win a chance to win the OJ McDuffie cards too, just so you know. Okay. But right now the bidding is at $1. So as long as you donate $1, you got a chance to win. Okay. You can donate on Cash App or PayPal. Those are the preferred. Once you do it, just let me know up here. Hey, I donated on Cash App or I donated on PayPal, because we want to raise enough money to be able to send 50% of it to the Catch 81 Foundation. Okay. So put up that card one more time. Let's go.
So the Jalen Waddle rookie card is there.
Yep. Just leave that one up. Just leave that one up. Jalen Waddle, anybody who donates in the next 5 minutes, the highest donation will win that. Let's go. Super excited about it. All right.
Tua card.
That's for you'll get entered. If you donate and you don't win, you'll still get a chance to win that. And the highest donation of all today will win those cards. I know there's a lot going on here, but for the next 5 minutes, it's that Jalen Waddle rookie card. And your donation, even if you don't win, it'll count potentially to win one of those other two cards, depending on how much you donate. Or if you donate at all.
Well done. That's a rundown.
I try.
That's a rundown.
I try. Yeah, so right now we got William Perry with the 100. William Perry with a $25 donation. So right now, William Perry is winning the Jalen Waddle rookie card at $25. So somebody needs to donate $25 or more to beat that $25 donation from William Perry. Let's go. Let's go. Love it. Love it. Okay. All right. Well, let me get into just some of the rest of the national media and their picks for this weekend. So this kind of just came up, and I just want to show this and share the screen real quick. Again, you'll have till 11:40 to win the Jalen Waddle rookie card. Right now, the bid is at $25, which William Perry has. So you got to donate 25 or more. Let me pull this
Riding ways. Hello. Share
screen. I'm going to bring that up here in a second. I just want to share this. Here we go. Where's it at? Brooke Pryor, she picked the Dolphins. Rob Ninkovich picked the 49ers. So he's a former Patriot. So that makes sense. Sam Iko, who's been I'm going to play a Sam Iko clip here in a little while about Tua yesterday that I thought was really good. It's about 5 minutes long. It's really good. And Ryan Clark all picked the Dolphins. So I just people are starting to pick the Dolphins, man. I'm excited. I like it.
I like that. I like the picks.
I do too, except for Rob Ninkovich. He's a hater. Riding Waves with a $5 donation says, can we talk about when Waddle will catch everything? He will average 150 yards. He needs to make those catches this Sunday. You want to elaborate on that a little bit more?
A couple drops. No, I think he means that, like, if he does pull in those catches on a consistent basis, he could have even more yardage. But, like, they were drops.
He was distributing it everywhere, right? He's distributing the ball. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
I got to tell you, the best stat that I've seen, that's not the best stat, but the most enjoyable stat is the fact that his last 6 touchdowns, Tua, have been through 6 different recipients, and only half of them play wide receiver. So he's slinging it, man. But Waddle, specifically, as good as he does, he's had a few drops. Yes, granted. Like him to work on the drops. But I get that. I'm not going to be upset with that comment.
Let's see here. Right now, I'm just going to change. I'm going to change views to this Patriot or Dolphins Bills game. Currently in the Sunday night game, the Patriots and Raiders are scheduled for December 18th on Sunday night.
Oh man, that stinks. That was a good storyline with McDaniels, but that's a garbage game.
A source cautioned that NBC could stick with the Patriots and Raiders if New England beats Buffalo on Thursday night, which they didn't.
All right, good.
And the Raiders beat the Chargers on Sunday, which
they won't.
They might, but I don't think they will. Okay. But even so, that won't be the case. It's going to get flexed out.
Okay, good.
Cincinnati, Tampa Bay would be appealing as NBC night, but CBS, which has the doubleheader that day, is protecting that game for its 4:25 window. So there you go. So Cincinnati and Tampa is going to get protected.
Which is a good national game on a Sunday anyway.
Correct. CBS and Fox can protect a few games from poaching each season, and that will be one of CBS's protected games, thus making it unavailable for NBC.
Good.
The Titans-Chargers, CBS's other 4:25 game that day, is another NBC option for Sunday Night Football, though seemingly less appealing than the Dolphins, Bills, or Giants-Washington because of Nashville's market size and other factors. What's definite, two among these 5 games will be moved to the late afternoon or evening slots on Saturday. On NFL Network and a free TV station in home markets, Dolphins, Bills, Giants, Commanders, Baltimore, Cleveland, Indy, Minnesota, Atlanta, New Orleans. Okay? The games scheduled for Sunday, December 18th, besides Tampa Bay and Cincinnati, are Pittsburgh, Carolina. That's not going to get done. Philadelphia, Chicago, that's not going to get flexed. Although Justin Fields, that might be interesting. Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields.
It's got to go team, or it's got to go team playoff.
It could be. Kansas City, Houston, that's not going to get flexed. They just flexed out Kansas City against a bad team already, so that's not going to get flexed. Dallas and Jacksonville, Detroit and the Jets, and Arizona and Denver. The NFL could keep the Patriots and Raiders as NBC Sunday night game if it wants to, as a favor to the league-owned network, and give the NFL network both Dolphins and Bills and Giants and Commanders. But the Patriots and Raiders will likely need to win this week to make the NFL inclined to keep that game on Sunday night. Incidentally, Fox is setting the Dolphins 49ers game to 25% of the country. There are several fascinating subplots about the Dolphins 49ers game, and here's one. The Dolphins offense has a lot of damage on intermediate routes, and the 49ers are the best in the league in defending those. This season, Tua Tagovailoa is 60 for 86. Okay, 60 for 86. By the way, we're over the 11:40 mark. I'm going to give somebody 60 more seconds to try to beat that $25 donation.
Good call.
I got it right here on the clock. 60 seconds. Somebody wants to beat that $25 donation for Jalen Waddle rookie card. For right now, our man from Alabama has a chance to win it. I just want to make sure. I want to give it the 60 seconds that it deserves. Let's go. Can you beat the $25 donation that my man William Perry has donated to win the Jalen Waddle rookie card? Remember, 50% of all donations, guys. Come on, guys. We're trying to raise some money here. 50% of the donations going to go towards the Catch 81 Foundation in lieu of OJ McDuffie, because today is his birthday. And remember the highest donation, which William Perry also has at $100 today. No, you just gotta donate now. You got about 30 seconds left. About 30 seconds left.
Suspenseful. Let's see what we got.
Very suspenseful.
See what we got. Crunch time.
Here we go. 15.
Count down.
14.
Ooh. Who's going to hit a buzzer beater?
10 seconds.
Who's going to hit a buzzer beater? Give it a good countdown.
3, 2, 1. All right. There we go. So my man William Perry won the one rookie card there for Jalen Waddle. William, send your information over to Jason so he can send you out the card.
On it. William Perry. That is yours, sir. Send me your address. It will go out.
Love it. Love it.
Rocking and rolling.
All right, let me go back to what I was reading. This season, Tua Tagovailoa is 60 for 86, 1,033 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interceptions on passes between 10 and 19 yards. Okay. Per Pro Football Focus, these routes have produced his most passing yardage this season. Per Next Gen Stats, Tua Tagovailoa has 38 completions in the middle of the field on those 10 to 19-yard routes. 16 more than any other quarterback. Next Gen's notes that since drafting Fred Warner in 2018, the 49ers have allowed just 71 completions in that area, 15 fewer than any other defense in the NFL. Okay, by the way, this is coming from the Miami Herald, Barry Jackson, by the way.
Put it in stone.
Yep. Shout out to Barry Jackson.
Barry's top 2 in the history of my reading people. So I love Barry's work.
Credit ESPN analyst Keyshawn, who, by the way, for admitting he misjudged Tua. He's out here cooking. He certainly has proven me extremely wrong.
No!
Tua love.
Keyshawn?
I didn't know that Keyshawn was out here giving Tua love. That's very interesting.
I'll tell you what, our boy who's in charge of the mountains over on Twitter, maybe Redemption Mountain for Keyshawn. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think media who actually kind of could eat their words like that, that's respect right there. There's like 3 or 4 that I'm really waiting to change their tone. But good on Keyshawn.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Let's see here. I'm looking to see if people donated. Just so y'all know, the highest donation for today is what?
100? Are we at 100 right now?
100 William Perry for the OJ McDuffie rookie cards. The goal, guys, is to try to get to 500 total to give a nice little donation to OJ McDuffie's Catch 81 Foundation. So you have another Jalen Waddle card there, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. What number is Jalen Waddle?
17.
So anybody who donates $17 between now and the end of the show, donate $17 and you will be entered to win a Jalen Waddle rookie card.
This is one of those, I think they call this a disco. This is a Prism rookie card, disco parallel.
It's a rookie card. I love it, man. That's dope.
They call it a hit card. This is a hit card. You open up a blaster box, a hanger box, you pull this, it's your hit card.
All right, so $17. I will put you in the wheel to win that. Okay. So donate $17. Donate on Cash App or PayPal, preferably, but if you donate on YouTube, that's fine too. Remember, we're trying to raise as much money as we can and hit some goals here. So donate to the channel, get a chance to win that Jalen Waddle rookie card. Donate $17. Come on, let's go. $17, you can get a Jalen Waddle rookie card. That rookie card's easily worth 30 or 40 bucks. So come on, let's go. $17. And by the way, you get a chance to donate to a great cause, the Catch 81 Foundation. Come on. Help the channel grow. It's Spread Kindness Friday. Man, so what do you think about having 2 1,000-yard receivers technically by the end of this game today on Sunday?
Like
by week 14 in the NFL, mind you.
It's a gift. I mean, if you look at a lot of
championship
teams,
there was many years we were like, oh, can we just get a wide receiver to get over 1,000 yards, please? Jarvis Landry did it a couple of times. I think Brandon Marshall did it once. We just begged people to get over 1,000 yards, and we could never do it, and it was crazy.
They were reaching years and years and years ago on guys like Mike Wallace, David Boston for a hot second, just like desperate for these game breakers, And what Tyreek Hill has done, he is a game and a half or maybe 2 games away from already being the Dolphins' all-time single-season leader in receiving yards. He's going to surpass Mark Clayton and his 1984 record, around 1,300 some odd yards. 158 yards will do it. Can Tyreek Hill do it on Sunday? Absolutely. There's no reason to believe why he can't. Realistically, he might be doing that in LA, but that's what you're getting. You're getting a pre-Christmas record-breaking receiver for the Dolphins. And what Waddle did on Sunday, think his second catch, he set the record for the most receiving yards for any Dolphin receiver ever in their first 2 seasons. He broke Jarvis Landry's record for that. So 2 record-breaking receivers who are the 2.0 Marx Brothers scenario of a dynamic duo. And look, you look at teams like the Greatest Show on Turf. They had, 2 phenomenal wide receivers.
We were talking about that. Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce.
You look at the Dallas Cowboys. You don't look at Troy Aikman. You look at Michael Irving and Alvin Harper. You look at like these duos that were just unbelievable in their own right. I mean, look, you have your other teams to win different ways, but some of the most dominant teams have had those 2 wide receivers. The old school Pittsburgh Steelers had 2 Hall of Fame receivers in Lynn Swann and Stallworth, even Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, you have Godwin, Evans. These duos make teams extremely potent, and that's what we got.
Guys, I want to remind you all, 50% of all donations today are going towards the Catch 81 Foundation. If you donate $17 right now, you can do Cash App, you can do PayPal, you can do YouTube. You will get entered to win a Jalen Waddle rookie card. Jason, throw up the rookie card again for the folk.
Disco, Prism Disco rookie card.
It's a hit. It's a big time card. The card's easily worth $30 or $40. And you'll get a chance to win it. If you win, you'll give Jason your information. Jason will send it out to you. You will get it. I promise you will. But yeah, we're trying to raise some money today. It's Spread Kindness Friday, and it's OJ McDuffie's birthday. So 50% of all the donations we're sending to the Catch 81 Foundation, which I'm pretty stoked about. That's pretty cool. So let's
anything that we can do to help.
The goal was $500 today. Right now we're at like 140. So we got about
20 minutes in a half hour. Well, I got to do a hard stop, unfortunately, about 12:10. I'm hanging.
All right. So let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get it in the next 20 minutes.
Let's do it.
So, come on, $17.
Metal to the metal.
Everybody donate $17 right now. Get entered to win, and you'll still get entered to win. The other awesome card too. Show them what's the other thing that if you donate anything today, you will get entered to win a Tua card. So
they call this a die cut. I don't even know what other name beyond the die cut. It's a Concourse Prism die cut color prism schemey thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
something like that.
I'm even starting the names right now. So right now, who do we have that's donated so far today?
Well, obviously Williams, the big dog. I saw Flip Side Fishing.
William Perry. Flip Side Fishing.
Riding Waves.
This is anybody who donated. Doesn't have
Correct.
to be that they donated any particular amount.
Correct. And Brian Romero looks like, I think he did something.
Brian Romero.
Good stuff.
Who else did something today? Are you scrolling up just like me?
I'm scrolling up.
Brian Romero.
I think that's where we stand at the moment.
Yeah, Brian, I think, was the first person to donate. And then let me check Cash App or PayPal, just see if anybody donated up there. We already have William Perry.
I'll tell you what, to kickstart it, why don't we do this? Let's kickstart some people who are kind of trigger shy. The next donation will be, I'll just send them. The next donation, I don't even care if it's the next donation, I'm going to send this funky 1995 Dolphin pin team photo with Mr. McDuffie in there somewhere. Where's Juice?
They got to donate. They got to donate at least $5 for that.
All right, well, there you go. First person, at least $5. They get this.
But remember, the goal is to donate more. We're trying to raise money for Catch 81.
Exactly. But if someone's thinking about doing it, do it now.
And you also get entered to win a Tua card.
A Tua card. There's a lot of options, a lot of roads we're going down here. 1985, one of my favorite teams. Brian Cox, Troy Vincent, Irving Fryer, Eric Green. Oh, man, this is bringing back to me at 14. I was 14 years old, Stephen.
That was a long time ago. Riding Waves hit it with the $1.
Oh, you put that at 5.
Yep, it's got to be at least 5.
We'll put Riding's name into another wheel for the rest, but he ain't there. Someone could jump. Someone could be savage right now and jump riding waves, but I got a feeling he's going to buck up another couple bucks right now.
It's $5.
Right?
I'll let you do 4 more there, riding waves, to get in.
Sacrifice a combo meal today for lunch, folks. Let's go.
Or whoever, if somebody beats him to the 5.
Who's going to do it? We got fun stuff here, guys. We got Bernie Kosar on this team, too. That's a Bernie Kosar shot in there, sitting next to Danny. just letting you know there. Bernie Kosar, one of my favorite teams. The 94, 95 teams, 2 of my top 4 favorite teams of all time for the Dolphins.
Flip side fishing and
Riding waves. All right, Ryden, you're $3 away, my man.
yeah, he just did 2, so that's 3. So you're $2 away, riding waves.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We're trying to raise money for the channel, guys. We're not trying to overtop you guys. We're trying to raise money for Catch 81 Foundation and the channel. Come on.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
There's
Ryan Waves.
$1.
I think it's not adding more names into the wheel. That's the strategy. Is adding more names into the wheel. Uh-oh! Oh, no!
Alexander beat him.
There it is.
Man. Actually, you know what? If Riding Waves gets it,
there it is. I'll tell you what. To be fair, Alexander.
Alex will be cool to not get that.
Ooh. I'll tell you what. I have a Troy Vincent pin. So why don't we give Alex the Troy Vincent?
Yeah.
Well, who won? Because I'm going to give them the first draft.
Well, I think technically Alexander did, because I said the first
person
to fly.
So Alexander.
But I think Alexander would be good with the Troy Vincent pin.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So $4.99 ain't 5.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. So Alexander is the
Riding
winner.
Waves technically won. Give Riding Waves. Do what I'm telling you to do.
Okay.
Give Riding Waves the one.
Do it now.
Give Riding Waves the Dolphins pen.
Okay.
And give Alexander the Troy Vincent pen, and everybody will be happy.
Got you.
Love it.
I'm losing my mind. I don't know what's going on.
Yes.
So Riding Wave is what? Riding Wave's the pin.
Yep.
And Alexander is the Troy.
Yep. And Alex, if you send $2 more, I'll let you get the 17 be in for the what is it?
That would be the Waddle.
Yes. Right now, Flipside Fishing and William Perry are the only people to donate more than $20 or $17. So those are the only 2 for the Waddle one.
There is a reason I'm not an accountant. Numbers and me I'm like fried right now. I hope you're doing this all.
Yes, I'm putting it in these wheels as we speak.
Thank God. All right. Let's go all. Oh, Alexander Renee Diaz coming in again. Great stuff. How we doing total? Where are we at?
I didn't need any disrespect to sorry.
What happened?
I tell you. No,
it's all good. It's all good, man. You kidding? This is a walk in the park compared to what I'm used to.
I know.
Do what I love it.
Killing me.
Oh man.
Riding Waves with another $5 donate. Hey, Riding Waves, I appreciate you keep on donating, man. Thank you. Doesn't add anything more to it. You don't get more entries, but I appreciate the donations nonetheless, guys.
Well, this is the best way to start a Friday with this group.
Yeah.
I love this stuff.
But Riding Waves, I'm putting him in the whatchamacallit? Waddle rookie card giveaway. So right now I got Flipside Fishing, William Perry, Riding Waves, and the Jalen Waddle. If you donate $17 or more, the goal is to donate $17 increments. You're in the Waddle.
Right away. Yo, can we talk about the World Cup stage of soccer and We got waddlers. We got
waddlers.
World Cup soccer players
I know, that's dope.
emulating the Penguin from our Miami Dolphins. I love it. I love it.
Guys, if you donate $17, you will be entered to win a Jalen Waddle rookie card, and 50% of all your donations are going to the Catch 81 Foundation. Come on. Let's go.
Every Friday.
Donate $2 more, Alex, and I will put you in to the Waddle donation. That'll be 17 total for you.
T. Christopher Carter. Thank you, my brother. I woke up feeling good today. So I appreciate that. Steven, rocking and rolling. Almost left me hanging. Almost.
Dude, I was so
I'm kidding.
I'm leaving for Orlando tomorrow, and I'm just so overwhelmed with just like everything right now.
I'm not gonna say I did a little.
Alex is in the Jalen Waddle giveaway.
Oh wow.
Alex
I love this.
Diaz. All right. Alex is in there. So right now I got Flipside Fishing, William Perry, Ride Waves, and Alex Diaz in the Jalen Waddle card giveaway. And in the Tua giveaway, as long as you just donate, doesn't matter what you donate, by the way, you get in. I got William Perry, Flipside Fishing, Ride and Wave, Brian Romero, Alexander Diaz in the Tua giveaway.
Got a good wheel.
Yep. And by the way, so the highest donation today, which currently is being held by William Perry with a $100 donation. Look, William is currently leading to get the OJ McDuffie cards. And so right now we are 120.
Quick math.
There we go. We are $310 away from hitting our goal for the day. We're $315 away from hitting our goal for the day, which was to 500. We wanted to be able to give a nice amount. So somebody beat William Perry's. Let's go.
We got about, 10, 15 more minutes. I'll bring it home 12:15, Steven. I'll bump it up 5 minutes.
Here we go.
Bumping it up.
I want to try to get as close as I can to 500 today. I think that'd be dope. I think that'd be a nice little donation to give to Catch 81's foundation, which I think would be awesome. Donate on PayPal and Cash App. It helps, especially if you're doing a big donation, because there's a lot of less fees that come out of that. And again, we're trying to give as much money as we can to Catch 81.
There we go.
Would love to see that. And remember, if you guys just donate $1 right now, you'll still be entered to win a Tua card. So if you're just sitting there right now, donate $1 and you get a chance to enter to win a Tua card.
And you're in.
$1 gets you in for a Tua card. $17 gets you in for the Jalen Waddle. And right now, the highest donation for the OJ McDuffie rookie cards are 100. So if you beat 100 at the moment, come on, raising money.
Holiday season, season time. It's the season of giving. Spread Kindness Friday.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the link, and you guys can give a Spread Kindness Friday drop real quick. One at a time. I'm only going to bring a couple of you on real quick. But, you can say whatever you want to say. Real quick. Love it.
Tell you, man.
Hello, Pete's Takes. Pete's, what's up, brother?
Oh, we got a guest.
We got somebody who's been. So, Michael, I'm going to bring you on. Michael's very mad right now with us and with. I just have. It's not that I've been ignoring. I've literally just been hosting the show. Haven't had
a good day so far.
I'm like doing 15 million things. So I'm gonna bring Michael on. He came on, but I have a feeling this is not gonna be good.
Should I put a helmet on?
Michael, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Don't be mad at me. It's not me.
Hey, I'm not mad at you at all.
All right.
All they know is your moderators are costing you money.
Hey man, look, I can only do. I get it, man. I don't know what else to say other than
You know what? Do you know Chris and Color from the Finn's Tailgate?
I do know those guys are pretty awesome guys. Love
Yeah.
those guys.
As a Bills fan, ask them how much I donate to Miami fans and Miami channels.
Hey man, hey, look, if you are willing to donate, that's great. If you're not, I'm sorry.
I can't when your rogue moderators are, their feelings get hurt and they mute me.
I'm sorry, man. I will go back and take a look and review everything and talk.
Well, you know what? And you're right. And you know what? You're right. I did call them little Hitlers and Nazis. However, I was muted before I broke any rules. You know what? I was here yesterday to have it out with that Andravia Shaw. He wasn't man enough to get up. He just sits behind the keyboard and hits mute and thinks he's funny. You probably should address it, and I'll donate to your channel.
I will call him and have a conversation with him. That's, but
Yeah, I sent you. You know what? Are you VP at VP Miami Sound Music? Is that your email?
VP Miami Sports Music.
Yeah, whatever it is. I sent you like 4 or 5 screenshots today where I didn't break the law or the rules, and he's just muting me, and then he's calling me out and bullying. That's really not that cool. You know what? There's trash. You know what? There's trash talking. And if they can't handle it, maybe they shouldn't follow football. Maybe they should follow soccer or badminton or maybe curling.
Hey, don't dog badminton or curling.
Michael, you're a Bills? Are you from Buffalo? Are you a Western New Yorker?
Yes, I am.
I went to school in Buffalo. What part of where exactly?
I graduated Kemmer West in '88.
Anchor Bar or Duff's?
Neither. They both suck.
Talk to me.
There's a bar in South Buffalo on South Park and I don't remember the street. It's called 911 Tavern.
Okay.
Absolutely the best.
Well, Adam Sadowski and Timmy Childs just donated $1 each on Cash App. So they will be entered to win the Tua card.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm going to talk to you about a couple of Dolphin fan, Bills fan stories. And look, I don't condone horrible negativity. I like everybody to be, sunshine and rainbows all the time. So sorry if you're dealing with any of what you're dealing with. But football's football. Going to school in Buffalo, I had a lot of conversation with Bills fans, went to a couple of games in Orchard Park. One of the most enjoyable football memories I had was what you all do in terms of like the locals over at Orchard Park. You open up the front house, people are parking on the lawns. The tailgate was awesome. Very inviting. And then I literally, very inviting.
You know what? Them homeowners make a lot of money off of.
Oh, they make a killing. They make it, Steven, if you don't know, if you've never seen it before, of what I'm talking about. So basically, the outskirts, it's not a very big, and Michael, jump in, correct me if I'm wrong, give me a little specifics if I'm off here. But the parking lot is tiny in the Buffalo parking lot. So a lot of these houses around the stadium, they literally put every piece of property available for cars to park. A lot of these fans are, go ahead.
It's not, it's not that the parking lot's tiny. It's you can get away with a lot more on somebody's front lawn than you can.
There it is. There it is.
Hey, Michael, I promise you, I will look into it and I will make a phone call and go from there. But I want to bring on a couple of other people before I get you out of here.
Real quick,
else, Michael. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Just to finish the story real quick, to wrap it all up. We parked on a very nice, lovely woman's lawn, gave her about $5-10, whatever it was. Car was parked. They fed us or whatever. And then we walked with them literally over the river and through the woods to Orchard Park Stadium, where Alf Wilson Stadium we went. And the second we got...
You were on California Drive.
Wherever it was. But the second that nice little old lady led us through the woods and we got into earshot and eye shot of Bills fans in that stadium, she said, please do me a favor and don't walk next to me because I was in my Dolphin gear. Okay? So you know what, my man? This is football. Let's live with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, Bills fans ain't that bad. They're really not that bad.
Lovely until they get behind the lines, and then it's every man, woman, and child for themselves. I left that game with my Dan Marino jersey covered in mustard, hot dog relish, and you name it. So, Michael, I feel you, brother.
Hey, you know what? Good luck in the season. You don't have a chance. You know what? You have very little. You have very little chance the next 2
bruh.
games.
Can't do it. No, Michael, you were good for a minute, but you're about to go down in 2 weeks, cuz.
I don't think so. You know, I believe it or not, I've had season tickets for the last 15 years. I've gone to 4 games because I own a trucking company. I give them to my drivers. I give them to my nephew.
Okay, all right. I was like, what?
Nice.
You know,
You
and that's
got off the hook.
I'll give you that.
I made the mistake of giving the Miami tickets away, and I kept the Patriots tickets. Now I'm thinking that was a mistake.
you might be right on that. Michael, man, I got to let you go, brother. Be good, man.
All right, look into that, and then I'll start donating.
Okay.
Thank you, Michael.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy your
Go
show.
to Just Pizza off of Main Street. That was fun.
I mean, he came on.
I got a chance to reflect back to 1999. 1999.
Guys, donate to the channel. $100 is the biggest donation we've had today. It is by William Perry. He's currently winning the OJ McDuffie the OJ McDuffie rookie cards. The highest donation will get that. Okay.
Andrevius, don't.
Number two. I've never had anybody donate that much, by the way, at one time. I've come close. We had that big show that day, and I think we had total, but I've never in one shot gotten that big a donation. Number two, if you donate $17 right now or more, you will get an entry into the Jalen Waddle rookie card. Throw that up. And if you just donate anything, there you go. You will be entered to win that. I said I would call Andrevius. I just said I would call him. I just said I would call. I just said that I would call Andrevius.
Bills fans are a fun bunch, man. Fun
Interesting.
bunch. Interesting is a good word. We'll leave it at that. I mean, I swear to God, it's like literally the nicest people in the world until you watch football with them.
Guys, 50% of all donations are going towards the Catch 81 Foundation for OJ McDuffie. Juice. Come on,
Dose
guys. Donate, man. We got like 3-4 more minutes.
And then I gotta go to real world stuff. Steven, I'll tell you what, man, I could do this for hours and hours and hours. But unfortunately, I have minutes and minutes and minutes right now. Right now.
I know. I just want to see one more big donation. I want to see somebody beat William Perry's donation. Somebody beat William Perry's $100 donation. Now, William Perry can beat William Perry's $100 donation. Let's go. We're raising money for a great cause, y'all. Come on.
T. Christopher Carter's on fire with the comments today. He wins the prize for best comments right now.
All right, real quick. Alex, 1 minute. What's up?
What's up? First of all, Buffalo Bill fans are not a fun bunch, okay? All right? And first of all, we're going to kick the basura out of the Buffalo Bills in 2 weeks, all right? December 18th, all right? And we're going to take the division. So Buffalo Bill fans, prepare. I'll grab you a bucket for your tears, so that way you can fill them up and throw them overboard. All right. So fins up, guys, and Steven, hope you're doing well. Jason, same to you. You guys, God bless you and your families, both of you guys.
Appreciate
as
it.
well.
You as well.
And but I do see that Buffalo game being flexed to Sunday Night Football in a couple weeks. So we're gonna have hopefully we'll have back-to-back primetime games on NBC, because NBC is definitely one of the top leaders in the for the broadcast. I love their broadcast team. But
hey, man, get out of here, Alex. Anything else before I let you go, brother?
No, man, just keep up the great work, man. I donated what I can, bro. And and God bless you and your families, bro. You guys have a great day and a great weekend, man. And stay blessed.
Love you, brother. Be good, man.
Same here, man.
That's awesome, Alexander. Thank you. Happy holidays to you and yours, and we'll get that out to you. Appreciate you.
Guys, real quick, any donation, you will get entered to win a Tua. Look, if you donate just throw up the Tua card real quick. If you donate $1, you will be entered to win this card. If you donate 17 cards,
Dollars.
or 17 cards, $17.
What am I made out of cards?
You will be entered to win a Jalen Waddle rookie card.
We're off railing it right now.
And right now, the highest donation is $100 by Mr. William Perry. I would love for somebody to beat that. We're trying to raise money for the Catch 81 Foundation. Let's go. Let's go.
Peter, it is not going anywhere, that Dolphin Merino jersey. I'm sorry.
Come on, guys. Come on. Pete's got Pete, you're going to beat Williams $100. You're going to do 101. And then watch William come back with another one. Next $5 donation gets you an apartment in Buffalo. That's pretty good, Pete Christopher. I like that. Nobody wants to live there, but I like it.
I'll tell you, there's 2 months out of the year where the weather is beautiful. Just saying. Happens to be in the summer, but what can I say? Here we go. I think we could. I think we have to call it for William, and I think we could rotate the wheel. Are you cool with that, or you want to give it a good? You want to put a countdown on it?
Well, I will see if anybody donates in the last second here for the beating William for that. I want to see if somebody. I want to give everybody the last dying option.
Last licks here. Last licks.
Yeah, last licks.
Okay.
To beat that. All right. So the first one we're gonna do is right now only 4 people donated $17 or more today. Flipside Fishing, William Perry, Riding Waves, and Alex Diaz. Did I miss anybody in there that donated more than 17?
I don't believe so. I think your accounting is true.
Okay. All right. So this is for the Jalen Waddle rookie card. I will give somebody 60 extra seconds. I'll give 1 more minute for the person. 1 more minute for somebody to donate. Whatchamacallit? $17 or more for the Jalen Waddle one.
While we're waiting, shout out here to Will Zane. I'll put what he just put out there. Thank you for that bit of information. It says not ruling out Terron. Austin Jackson is out. So, I mean, if I'm reading that hand, Steven, if Terron's going to go, shell it right. How are you reading those tea leaves?
What do you mean? I'm
sorry.
I mean,
no, you're good. You're good. I mean, if based on this remark by Will Zane, I guess McDaniel just hit the podium. They're not ruling out Terron.
A little bit ago.
And Austin Jackson is out. So Armstead is out.
Armstead is not out. Armstead is not out.
No. Okay. Let's go to the wheel. We got a minute or two.
Armstead did not practice today.
Correct.
Or was limited. He was limited.
Well, let's no speculation.
He's be fine.
No speculation.
No speculation. All right. This is for Flipside Fishing, William Perry, Riding Waves, Alex Diaz for the Jalen Waddle card. All right, here we go. I'm going to shuffle 3 times. 1, 2, 3. This is for the Jalen Waddle rookie card.
Oh, boy.
William Perry.
Man might be cleaning up. Cleaning up.
Okay. There we go. So William Perry won the Jalen Waddle card today.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. I have William Perry, Flipside Fishing, Riding Wave, Brian Romero, Alex Diaz, Black Dolphin, Timmy Childs, a.k.a. Black Dolphin, and Adam Sadowski. Adam S. All donated today, at least $1.
So we got the 2 of them.
Hey, man, you won the Jalen Waddle card, my guy.
I see that. Hey, I was waiting I was waiting for this. I appreciate.
Thank you
I
very
got
much,
them.
William.
I got them. Got both my headphones. Hold on a second. Let me come in and come back out.
All right. In the meantime, we have what is this card? The Tua card. That if
Tua
anybody
card.
donated at all today, they got entered to win to this card. I want to let William just come in real quick before I do this. What's up?
Thank you, William.
All right. Is that better?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. Wait. So with the two OJ. Oh, it's no problem, guys. With the two OJ cards, I only want one of them, right? And I
Yep.
want you to send the other one to Steven. And I want Steven to email that foundation and they see if they get OJ to sign it. And we'll redonate it later down the line.
We might be able to do that.
Okay.
I have a feeling we could swing that.
Yeah.
All right. If you can handle that, then
Jason
So
didn't even need to send it to me. Jason could probably reach out to OJ and say, OJ, if we send you a card, can you sign it so we can auction it off for your foundation?
We're
Yeah,
going to
I'm
figure
down with
this out, William, and I really appreciate that because what you're doing is you're kind of paying it forward and you're taking that extra step. And I really appreciate that. So this is going to go to you, or which one do you want? I want to make sure you get the one that you want. We got this one or this one.
It doesn't matter. Surprise me.
Will do. We very much appreciate you, William, and we're going to keep you posted on how.
William had the highest donation today at $100, which is why he wins that. And right now, what we're about to do is for the Tua card. So, which means anybody who donated at all today got a chance to win this card because I put you into this. Okay. So here we go. And we'll put William, I'm just going to put you in the back room for a second. And let me pull this up and present. Here we go. I'm going to do, there were 7 entries. I'm going to do 7 shuffles. Actually, I'm going to do 3 shuffles because I like 3. It's great.
Good.
It's Dale Earnhardt. Get her done.
Dale?
1, 2.
The Intimidator?
Yes, the Intimidator, of course. Here we go. This is for the Tua card.
Wow, Timmy Childs by an inch.
Black Dolphin. I think that's Black Dolphin, right?
Timmy Childs.
Yes, Black Dolphin. Black Dolphin hit up Jason Sarney on Twitter.
Hit me up. And thank you. I see 3 people have already given the addresses, so I appreciate you. Good stuff. I'll get those cards out ASAP. Timmy, congrats. Timmy.
All right, real quick. Any final thing you want to say, William, before you go? No, I guess not. Final thought.
That's really awesome. That's really awesome that he's doing
right
that.
now. We had raised we were $380 away from goal today. $300. If anybody wants to further donate, if you want to donate any more for the rest of the day, here is the link. We're going to accept donations through the rest of the day. Remember, 50% of all donations will go towards the Catch 81 Foundation for OJ McDuffie. So please just donate. It goes such a long way.
There he is.
William, any final thing you want to say?
I don't know. Something's going crazy. I'm hearing you and the stream at the same time, and I've paused it and everything.
You go ahead. You're fine. We don't hear any feedback, so you talk.
Anyways, so it's Jason. Do I go to Twitter? And
yeah, it's at Jason _Sarney. Just throw me a DM. Yep. They're open. Just give me the address, and it will be sent out ASAP to you. And I will get on making sure that we can hopefully get one of those signed by Mr. OJ himself, and we'll work on that.
So all right, I appreciate it, guys.
Who won today? Real quick, who won today, Jason?
That last, who won?
Black Dolphin.
Dolphin won. Timmy Childs
won the card.
Alex Diaz won the Troy Vincent pin and Dolphin pin. Riding Wave won the team pin. And, of course, William has also the Jalen Waddle cards.
You won the Jalen Waddle card, too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You got 2 Waddle cards and one of the McDuffie cards going to you in the address that you'll send me. And I have a feeling this might be the really fun card to get the signature on. And I think this could, if OJ's going to have fun with the moment, my guess would be this is the puppy to do it, because this is that he's got, man loves his Nittany Lions like he loves his Dolphins. So
Yeah, do whichever one you think is best. And then since I won 2 Waddle cards, you said I won 2 Waddle cards?
you got dose.
All right. I'm gonna take both of those, and I'm gonna reach out to my people and see if I can get Waddle to sign one, and I'll send it back to Steven so he can donate that one too.
Or hey, if I buy a Waddle jersey, would he sign a Waddle jersey and we could give that away?
I just actually got my Waddle jersey
From him?
No, not from him. From I ordered this one, but I think I can get hold of him to sign it too.
All right. Well, you let me know. Brother, I
Love
love
it,
you. I
William.
appreciate it, William.
That's the way to do
Ain't no
it,
problem.
my friend. Thank you very much for everything. We appreciate
I'll
it.
send you a message in a minute, Jason. Don't worry about it.
Anytime. It'll go out today or tomorrow.
Don't worry about it.
Sarney on Twitter. All right, William, I'm going to let you go real quick because I know Jason's got to get out of here in a minute. Just want to bring in Batman real quick. Batman, what's up, man?
There he
Hey, good
is.
morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
Pretty good,
What's
man.
up,
I know. I saw you in the back room. I just wanted to bring you on real quick, buddy.
I was gonna say, I just want to remind everybody for the Buffalo game, we got the Tell Greeters Open. If you want to RSVP your tickets, it's gonna be a great party hosted by Stephen D. Dolphreaky. I'll be there. East 32 is gonna be there. It's gonna be a great party. Maybe Solo D passes by. Go RSVP your tickets. They're free, ladies and gentlemen. Go check out the tellgreeters.com. Make sure you RSVP your tickets. They're free, completely free. You just gotta, go in there, request the tickets. And I just wanted to let anybody know that if you have nowhere to see the game this weekend and you're down here in South Florida, I'm gonna be hosting with Dolphinator at Vesasur this Sunday for the 49ers game. So if anybody wants to stop by, it's obviously free. And I welcome anybody that wants to come. I got a Jalen Waddle autograph jersey. I'm doing a giveaway, so anybody wants to stop by.
Look at you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm doing a giveaway. I wish I could keep it, but I want to do a giveaway for the show.
A Vesasaur watch party hosted by Dolphreaky and Stephen D. The event is free, but due to limited space, please RSVP on Tailgreeter. Make sure y'all do that. I just dropped the link in the chat for you to RSVP up there. It's a big deal. Would love to see y'all come out. Final score prediction, Batman, real quick.
28-24 Dolphins.
All right, love it, brother. Be good, man. Have fun this
Everybody
week.
have a blessed weekend. Love y'all.
All right, man.
Great
Be
seeing you,
good.
Batman.
Jason, final thought of the day, and whatever you want to say, the floor is yours.
Oh, I appreciate that. And I love doing the Stevens, Spread Kindness
Thank you for starting
Friday.
the show today.
Oh, of course, man. Absolutely. I'm not going to tell you if I was or wasn't breathing out of a brown paper bag and nervous as we're flying solo potentially, but thank you for being the co-pilot here. I always have a lovely time with you. So have a great time in your trip, a well-earned vacation.
You will be hosting next Friday's show.
I'm ready to roll. This time I'll be ready to roll for sure. And
You'll be
final
doing
thought.
Thursday night kickoff next week.
1,000%. There we got Nikki Smokes, who's going to jump on in the first couple of minutes, give us the previews of the Thursday Nighter, talk Dolphins matchup, of course. In terms of what I think for Sunday, I mentioned earlier this was a game that I had preseason as the loss. Fine, I'll admit it. I think that it could be a very tough game. I have the nervousness of a fan, but the confidence that the Dolphins could get a win. And you know what? If a healthy Terron Armstead is there, if McDaniel does what he needs to do to scheme appropriately, and Tua just as Tua, I think they can come away with a win. I loved that score prediction, 28-24. So not to replicate it, I'll keep the same kind of 3 or 4 point difference. Let's call it 27-23. just a joke around. I don't know, but I like it. I like it. So hopefully we get a Dolphins win. I got to bounce, my friend, but thank you to everyone for donating. This was a blast.
Love you, Jason Sarney. Be good, brother.
Fins up.
Fins up. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I had a good time hanging out today. It was a lot of fun. And you know why it was a lot of fun? Because I got to hang out with you. Y'all are the best fans in the world. This weekend, the 49ers Dolphins game. My score prediction is 25. 25-21. 25-21. Yes, I said it. It's a very odd score prediction. 25-21, the Dolphins win. The Dolphins win. We're going to sack Jimmy Garoppolo in the end zone for a safety. It's going to happen. That's why we're going to win 25-21. 25-21 Dolphins. That's what I think is going to happen. Hey, I love y'all. Y'all the best fans in the world. Please donate to the channel. Help the channel grow. Any donation that's made further today, if you donate on YouTube, get super thanks or Cash App or PayPal for the rest of the day. Just remember, all 50% of all donations today we are sending to Mr. OJ McDuffie and the Catch 81 Foundation. Love them. Great. Y'all the best fans in the world. It's going to be good. It's going to be good times. I love y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll see y'all Monday. I won't be here, but there will be a show on Monday. There will be a show every day next week. I love y'all. Be good.
For life, we throw the folk. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time